What's going on, motherfuckers? Welcome to the Crocs and Hot Pockets podcast. Today is Sunday, November 3rd, 2018, and this is episode number 76. This fucking episode is a goddamn free-for-all, and tonight I'm joined by GiganticGent, MiddleAgeStream, and SaltySam. Gent, how you doing tonight, sir?
I am doing well. How about yourself?
I'm doing fucking great. You look dapper.
Always gotta be. Coming on an actor show. Gotta make a best foot forward.
Jimbo, MiddleAgeStreamo, how you doing today, brother?
Good, man. Good. Just getting over. Well, I was mildly hungover this morning because I went too hard in the paint last night. But I'm feeling great. Feeling great.
By the way, guys, it's totally November 3rd. SaltySam, how you doing today?
Doing good, man.
And if it was November 4th, how would you feel?
Still probably pretty good.
Oh, I was hoping you were going to go with a negative so that we could state that it wasn't, but you fuck. Okay. Anyways, during the show, if you guys would like to ask a question to be answered during the question and answer portion of the podcast, use !Q in chat, followed by your question, and that will be collected by the bot, and we will answer those at the end of the show. Alternatively, if we're not live and you'd like to ask a question, you can submit any type of feedback at all. You can shoot an email over to crocs@knackers.com. And lastly, if you guys enjoy the podcast and you would like to support the show in a completely free and easy way, please feel free to leave a review for the podcast on iTunes. All right, let's go the fuck around the fucking room and say hello to everybody that is here tonight. Introduce you to them. And first, we'll start with Gigantic.
Gigantic.
The floor is yours.
Thank you. As you may know, I am GiganticGent. I am a variety streamer here on Twitch. I don't really know how much more you want me to go, Knackers, but I can keep it going.
If you just want to throw out what your social medias are, and then that's it.
Yeah, twitch.tv/GiganticGent. Twitter is the same, and then on Instagram, it's twitch@GiganticGent.
Sorry, it's Salty's turn.
Oh. The fucking, like, the way you introed us in, like, totally fucked my head up. So my name is SaltySam. You can find me on Twitch @SaltySam, Twitter @TheSaltySam, Salty all day on Instagram.
Salty, are you rocking the flat bill?
Yeah.
Dude, how about you go ahead with your bad self?
I
Rocking
just
the
normally
flat bill
don't
at
wear
30
hats
years old,
because
man.
I don't give a fuck. I'm like, I live in the middle of the woods. Who gives a shit? I mean, if you walk around with a purple fucking Twitch shirt on, you may as well have the black on purple Twitch hat to go along with it.
That's it, man. That's it. I don't think I've ever worn a flat bill in my life. I think I've got my head's too round to rock it. I would not look cool wearing a flat bill. It works for you, though.
I got a big ass head, so...
Flat bills always hurt my forehead. It's too much pressure on the cranium, so I usually just bend it like a little bit.
I bend my hats a lot. Like mine are almost like
dad hat style.
Yeah, you got the dad baseball hat going on.
yeah, oh yeah. But
the
that's how I've always
with the fucking long bill.
Yeah.
I've always worn my hats that way. By the way, my name is Jimmy, aka MiddleAgeStream. You can find me on Twitch and Instagram @MiddleAgedStream, MiddleAgeStream on Twitter. No D, because I ain't got no D on the Twitter.
I ain't got no D. Real quick, actually, well, my name is Knackers. You guys can, of course, find me on this very channel or on Twitter and Instagram @Knackers with 3 A's. Knackers with 3 A's across all platforms, motherfucker! Hooray! God, that took so long. Talk about, like, the first of first world problems. Like, the highest priority of first world problems is just, like, getting the username you want.
It's taken you like 5 years.
Yeah, it has.
Because I'm pretty sure I've been here through like 3 iterations of just this Twitch channel.
Yep.
Along with other like social media platforms.
Yeah. For whatever reason, at some point, I think, I don't know if everybody goes through this, but you'll have the same name forever. And then you'll just get either annoyed by it or sick of it, or you want to clean it up. And then you make changes and you do those things without actually thinking anything through. And I made a mistake. So anytime somebody comes up to me and goes, hey, I'm thinking about a name change, I'm like, don't wait a month and see if you still want to do it. And if you do, then go for it.
See if they're available already before you fucking check. Because Like, I was the other way around where I like my name. I was just like not an early adopter of pretty much anything. I'm always last to the party when it comes to social media because I fucking hate social media for the most part.
Right.
Like Twitter and Instagram's it. And I was so late to the fucking party, there was no way my name. I just so happened that somebody on Justin TV let go of this on Twitch.
Oh.
So it took, like, when they did that massive, what was it, like 3,000 name release or whatever it was, that's when I got mine. But all the other fucking ones, it's like Twitter's a guy who hasn't tweeted since 2014, and it was just a bunch of like trolly shit. Instagram, I don't even know what the fuck it is. It's probably a restaurant because there's apparently a SaltySam restaurant.
Brother,
like a fucking straight up pirate seafood restaurant.
Oh man. By the way, I'm gonna throw this link in chat for all you people. There's actually a website called NameCheck where you can enter in a username and it checks it against like 50 different platforms and shows you where it's available and where it isn't. It actually might be more. Yeah, it looks like it's like probably 50. Like 50 platforms.
Favorite that. Thank you, sir.
You're very welcome. And for the audio listeners, it's not NameCheck spelled out. It's namechk.com. And I will actually put this in the show notes as well for anybody that wants it. Where should I put this? I'll just put this at the end. Add to show notes. One other quick thing. One other thing that I'm going to start doing is a couple hours before the podcast on Twitter, I'm going to be posting a tweet that is looking for questions. So if you guys are ever, if you know you're not going to be able to make it to the podcast and you have a question that you want to ask, there's going to be two ways you can do it. You can either shoot me an email, again, crocs@nacros.com, or just look out for the tweet and you can respond to that tweet with your question and I'll add it to the end of the script like we did today. So fucking dope. All right. What are we drinking tonight?
I am drinking shit beer tonight. Bud Light.
Oh!
Hey, but you got your little Washington logo on there. You repping your team there, buddy?
No.
Oh, wait.
I
thought you were a Washington fan.
I was a football fan at one point in time when they actually played a real game of football.
Oh God,
I can't handle watching all this political, too many roughing calls and all this fucking. Can't do it. They've added too many stoppages. I don't have 4 fucking hours of my life to give away to anything, especially considering they lose all the time, like they did today.
They did indeed.
Yeah. I thought AD was going to be a good pickup for you guys, but no.
He's getting up there.
Yeah, he's old.
Jen, what you drinking tonight?
I've got a fine Pilsner, Miller Lite.
Yeah.
It's the best.
Yes!
You know, watching the figure.
We're 2 for fucking 2 right now. That's what I'm talking about. Jimbo, what do you got?
I got 2 beers. I'll throw the first one up since I didn't bring my thing. It's the Imperial Java Stout. I'm drinking out of my cool TIE Fighter glass. And then when I'm done with that one, in my little Eddie Cooler beer koozie, we got the old wild sour, the old Destil.
Yes.
The Cranberry Creek sour beer. So it's got a nice. I gotta have a nice little coffee stout followed by a little dessert, a little sour beer.
What is there only one red can, and is it cranberry?
I think. Yeah, it's cranberry.
Is it like a dark red, like a period
like a
red?
Yeah. Like a Aunt Flo type of red. Yes.
Excuse me, Flo.
Yes.
Okay. I am drinking liquid Vin Diesel, the good old Corona. I was just walking through, there's just times where you're walking through the liquor store and you're perusing, you hit the craft refrigerator first because that's what they want you to buy. And then you got like the fucking liquor bombs, those little baseballs of liquor. And then you keep going and you got all the giant, real nice craft beers. And then you hit the shit beer section, very end on the left. And you see Coronas. It's like $14 for a 12-pack of glass. And I'm all like, yes, that's what I want. And so that's what I went with. Every single one is equally delicious. No salt, no lime, just straight Vin Diesel to the guzzle. And I'm loving it. All right. What? It's been what the fuck? Excuse me. My monitor's doing shit. What have we been up to lately? Gent, since you are the newbie on the show, we're going to start with you, my friend.
No, I'm nervous. I don't know what to do here. I've just been like, I just got back from TwitchCon. One of kind of like the big non-gaming / gaming aspects of my life. So I would say that that's been probably the biggest there, and that was an amazing trip. I got to go there with the War of the Warships, so that was a bunch of fun.
Talk about that, because that's fucking awesome.
So, if you guys don't know, it happens every year. If you guys ever want a chance to go out to TwitchCon, World of Warships puts on a contest. You stream 25 hours of World of Warships, and they pick 5 content creators to go out and represent them at TwitchCon. And I was luckily chosen out of I think 155 is what they said. Damn. So yeah, got to go out there, and they do it on like, you know, stream, like your stream, not just that you get the hours in. It's like, you know, are you engaging with chat? Are you making sure, you know, you're checking all the boxes and stuff like that? They make sure you're gonna be the one that goes out there and has a good time. So just got back there from that, and you know, getting out there, that was just a real eye opener in the Twitch world. I'll be honest with you, because there is a real caste system, like dead serious when it comes to like the big stuff. I mean, it's cool, it's super great, and it definitely makes you want to be like a bigger part of Twitch. But like partnered streamers, you know, are partnered streamers.
Oh,
you know,
yeah,
like it's like that, like I have
prestige
around through doors in the back.
Yeah.
And
they can make it all around the convention, and you know, they get all the cool swag, and then they go to the cool parties and Discord and stuff like that. So I mean, that was kind of an eye opener, like, wow, you know, that's something to strive for. But then meeting people was amazing. Talking to partner streamers, that was the whole reason why I wanted to go. Like, what was I think my question was, you know, what was the big aspect that changed your stream, or like, what did you do? And like 95% of the time it was like, make friends. Don't look at numbers, just make friends.
Yep.
You know, play with your homies, and you'll attract people around you. So that was like a super cool aspect. You know, and then a lot of stuff, especially getting handheld with wargaming, they kind of like chaperoned us around the floor, and they had the inside to everything. So I got to talk to the Bethesda devs about 76, which was really cool, and then got to like meet some of the reps for chairs and stuff like that, because you know, I snap chairs like they're going out of style. I can't buy the Walmart chairs anymore. They banned me from that. So, but it was definitely crazy. Like you know, getting through the door, 60,000 people trying to get a ticket in, and you know, it took 4.5 hours on the first day to get in the door. And so, you know, we had like 3 hours to do anything. And I mean, it was cool for me because this was my first convention, because I played college football, high school football, never had summers, never got to go anywhere. So like, this was my first convention, so I was running around like a kid in a candy store, had no idea what to do. I was grabbing all the free merch, even if it wasn't free. You know, I tried to go to Subduar and grab one of those free cameras. They told me it wasn't, you know.
Whoa, sir, please.
Put it down, please.
Yeah. Stop grabbing that. And it was just, yeah, it was an amazing experience. Definitely once in a lifetime thing. I think if I was going to go back, it would be when I get partnered.
Really? You wouldn't go back if you weren't partnered?
Man, so like the way that I would put this out there, if you're a very outgoing person and you are like able to talk to a brick wall, absolutely, it is a place to go. Because the fact is that you have to make the connections. You know, like I said, I was blessed to have people hand holding me and introducing me to reps and stuff like that, and you know, like Corsair stuff, and being able to talk to those high end guys. But if you don't, like, you know, you're kind of just a fish in water, you know. So if you're able to just like get yourself in the door and talk to people, 100%, it's well worth it. You get your cards out there, you get all this free cool stuff. You get to be able to see what's coming out next. Like I saw this awesome, I think you guys might have seen it, the Go XLR thing.
Yep.
That's super neat. I have no idea how to use it, but I thought it was great. Amazon's new tools that are coming out, Blacksmith, you guys, I know you guys probably already have it installed if you guys used any of the Amazon products. You know, that was super cool just to kind of see where Twitch was going firsthand. The panels were great. It definitely kind of gave you a little more insight on like how to structure a stream depending on where you wanted to go with it.
Right.
that was cool. I went to more of the more informative ones. I did go to that interactive discussion though. That was interesting. The one that's been floating around Twitter and whatnot. So that was pretty cool. But definitely get there probably an hour early because it's packed.
Yeah.
I mean, you're setting 2 hours out of your day.
Fucking lines were crazy.
What I forgot to realize was that there were people who purchased 1-day passes and then waited in line for 5 hours.
Oh yeah, and that made Saturday awful. I mean, nuts to butts all around the convention.
Yep.
There was no getting in because they let them roll over to Saturday, and so it was twice the amount of people in.
Motherfucker.
Yeah.
It was so bad. And then of course, an $11 hot dog made me angry. So
What?
in the convention. Now, granted, there were guys out front selling bacon wrapped hot dogs that were amazing, and I had to fight myself off every time I walked by them.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think after this year they probably will learn their lesson and start mailing out the passes and that sort of thing, because all the other major cons do that. Not that I'm a con expert, because I haven't been to any real, except for a Comic-Con, but if they don't do that, that's just foolish. I mean, it's just foolish.
I think they said their main problem was the venue. Like the San Jose Arena was just too small.
Yeah.
Like getting everyone in.
Stop going there, for fuck's sake.
They said they were thinking about taking it northeast. They said New York. Everyone said no to that, and then so they're starting to look for another location, I think.
Okay.
Nobody's going to want to go into the city for that.
Right. Yeah.
I hope they do something in the Northeast. I would love them to do one south. That would be awesome if they did a TwitchCon in the south. Because, then I could maybe make it to one.
Yeah.
See, personally, I don't see TwitchCon as an opportunity to network or make friends. Like
unless you're partnered. That's what.
Yeah.
Right.
That's my thought.
Yeah. But like for me, TwitchCon is not about going to the convention center. It's about meeting up with people. And that's just how I see TwitchCon. And that could be the exact reason why I plateau one day, is because I refuse to do all of these extra things that make you grow past a certain point. But that's not what I'm going there for. I'm going there to hang out with people. Like the highlight of TwitchCon last year was just having a bunch of people back to the Airbnb, ordering pizza and playing beer pong for like 3 hours. Like that was my shit. I've never been able to get behind on the mindset of I need business cards to hand out. That's not been me.
Don't talk shit on business cards, okay? I have those.
I didn't say a goddamn thing.
No, I agree. I mean, I'm fairly new to streaming, so like the whole meeting up with friends and stuff like that would definitely be something I'd be definitely interested in. But like, if you're going in to just try and make it.
Gent, how long have you been streaming on Twitch?
9 months.
How long?
9 months.
9 months. Wow. Okay.
Fairly new.
You're doing pretty good for 9 months, man. Like, I've watched your stream. You're doing a lot better than I was doing in 9 months. I'll tell you that.
I reach out to everyone. You can ask like most people. Like I'm not afraid to ask questions and not afraid to take criticism. So I owe a lot to that for sure.
That's honestly the best way to go about it.
No doubt.
Well, as far as like non-gaming or gaming stuff, what have you been up to?
Gaming stuff, a lot of Blackout, a lot of the multiplayer. We found Heist is a lot of fun. If you guys ever played that, big CS:GO fan right here, so that kind of plays like that. That's been a whole bunch of fun. Been playing World of Warships. If you guys haven't checked it out, it's kind of the offshoot of World of Tanks, their first game. I fell in love. Like the game's kind of slow, but it's a great game. But the community is amazing. It's kind of like one of those ones that'll rally around you if you need some help and kind of boost you up and pick you up. Other than that, I kind of dropped off the Fortnite planet. That kind of hurt. The zombies hurt me. I just was like, no, I can't do it no more.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was the kind of turning point where I was like, it's too loud, it's too annoying to deal with, and then I'm just not that good. That's one of the main reasons.
That's why I stopped. Roger that. All right, Salty Sizzle, what up with you, dog?
I am still working on my house relentlessly, and I'm this close to being done until the spring. So I've got a couple projects left to do. I have to finish out the living room. Got all the furniture. I just have to go through a bunch of boxes and get rid of shit and then finish terminating the wiring and getting that cleaned up. I finally got my refund for vacation. Thank you, Hurricane Florence. I appreciate it.
Nice. Full
We ended
refund?
up getting more than half of the money back.
Nice.
So
Nice.
it was a much like that paid for my chair. Easy. So that was fucking great. And it just showed up in the mail. I didn't get any alerts or notification that it was even in process. I just got a check in the mail like 3 months after we went on vacation. So fuck yeah to that.
That's the same thing as like putting on a coat you haven't worn in a while, and then you reach in the pocket and find like a 20 in it. You know what I mean?
Except for it was like almost $2,000.
Yeah, that's a little better than a 20.
Yeah,
you know?
I was super hyped about that because it came like right as we were trying to like finish off for the year. Like we get this living room done, the rest of the stupid shit I can wait. I just need to have the living room set up. So once I got that done, of course we went trick-or-treating. I think we only went to like 15 houses, but my kid is 3, so he does not need 40 pounds of candy.
But mommy and daddy do.
Yeah, so we've been tearing this shit up. That's just terrible parenting at its best. But like I said, one piece of candy for him, and he's just like, it's like somebody just did 2 lines of cocaine. He's just fucking nonstop. So I've been going to a lot of auctions trying to go full redneck. And I'm looking for a tractor for the property. 'Cause I am just so fucking tired of mowing grass with my lawnmower.
I would be.
It's like, if I mow the grass, weed eat the driveway, and like blow the leaves, that's like 4 hours out of my day.
Whew.
And that's nonstop. Like,
How many acres?
I've got 6 1/4 acres, and about probably at least a third of that is grass. And then the rest of it's pretty much woods or asphalt. So
Yikes.
So I've been going to auctions looking for that. Of course, people around here, I don't know if any of y'all have ever experienced like auctions before, like live auctions for anything, especially old junk. Ever since these stupid ass fucking TV shows came out, and it's like people buying storage lockers and finding like 2 Harleys covered up with a fucking tarp. It's like, that shit doesn't happen, but every dipshit goes to these auctions and just drives the prices up on every fucking thing because they just want to see their fucking number go up.
Oh.
So, I was looking at a couple tractors. I did not end up buying them because they went for like $2,000 more than I wanted to pay for them.
Wait, 2 more? What's the price?
Like, I was looking in the $3,000 range,
Okay.
which isn't a lot, but most of these tractors are really old. So I was like, I'll just get one that it runs good and looks like shit, but it'll do everything I need to do. I mean, they're diesel engines, so they fucking last forever.
Whew.
So, but no, I can't. People were paying like face value for shit. I'm like, you guys are missing the fucking point of a fucking auction. You're supposed to get a deal on it, not just fuck everybody else over. So, been to like 3 of those over the last 2 weeks, just looking. We had a bunch of storms around here. We had, I think it was Friday night, we had fucking tornado warnings at like 11:30 at night. Woke me up. I go outside and it's just like the wind is like turning trees on their side and shit. I was like, take cover.
Have you guys ever seen the video of a little blonde girl grabbing a glass door and then the wind picking up and flinging her off the porch?
Yeah, that was basically what it was like. Because I went outside upstairs, like right outside the door to my left is the door to go outside on the porch, on the front porch. So I was just like, looked outside. I was like, nope, shut this, lock this. So, other than that, I had to fucking join a rescue team at work. So apparently 4 days of sitting in a class qualifies me to be a confined space rescue team member. Which
Interesting.
basically means even though I'm in the control room and I'm never allowed to leave, somehow I'm responsible for rescuing people.
Sorry, Bill, can't leave the room.
That's pretty much what it is. Like, no offense, guys. Lose my job. My family goes hungry. Like, my bills don't get paid. I'm last resort. Don't call me until everybody else is already gone.
Don't worry, I take care of your wife with my bonus.
Yeah. So I had to do that shit. That was a pain in the ass. And it's still an ongoing ordeal. They're like, the union side is fighting it, and I can't do shit. I'm not union anymore. So
Like, is it legit like tight space? Like, you're gonna crawl into like
oh
tight
yeah,
spaces?
like
No.
this is like SCBA air tanks, fucking like harnesses. I'm like we're doing like lifts and shit.
Thank goodness I'm tight space proof.
Yeah. Well, that's the fucking problem too. It's like all the other guys who aren't union that have to do it are all big as fuck. So if it comes down to it, like I'm it. I'm also the only person that's certified on a SCBA. It's actually been like fit tested. That's why I have to shave my beard once a year.
Right. Okay.
So that's bullshit. But anyway, I did actually play some games this week because I hooked my PS4 up downstairs and I pulled out Wolfenstein, the first new Wolfenstein, and I played about halfway through that game. And then the other day I was just like, and it might have been like 10 o'clock, and I was like, you know what? I'm not doing shit today. And I just sat up in here by myself playing Road Redemption, that shitty motorcycle game where you just beat the shit out of all your opponents.
Yeah, like Road Rash.
Yeah.
And I legitimately played that for like 4 hours straight without stopping. I beat the game 3 times in a row because it only takes, once you get good, you only have to it takes like 40 minutes and you can run through that bitch. So I really want to get Red Dead Redemption, but as I've told people in the past, I fucking hate the PlayStation controller.
Yep.
With all of my existence.
Me too.
I was always an Xbox kid. I had PlayStation 2, PS4 now. I hate the controller. So I have found a couple pieces of hardware that claim that you can just like program it. It's like a USB interface. You program it on your computer, you plug it in, and you can hook up wired or wireless with another thing.
What's it called?
Fuck. I've got it saved on my phone.
Okay. I'm pretty, if it's the one that I'm thinking of, I know it works because I have a buddy that bought one to use his Xbox Elite controller on his PS4 for Rocket League. And it worked.
Yes. And that's like, I still use a 360. I've got a 360 wired controller that I use on PC whenever I'm playing games like that. And I would love to play with the 360 controller. I don't even need a new controller.
Right.
I just use the same fucking one I already got. So
there you
go. It's not comfortable for me. Playing through Wolfenstein again, I was like, why the fuck? Instead of buying this on PC, why the fuck did I buy this on this console? So, I mean, obviously I put up with it for certain titles that are brand specific, but for the most part now, I don't ever play with PS2 or a PS4 controller, so it's super uncomfortable. But everything I've seen, I've watched 0 fucking streams. I've been avoiding Red Dead streams like the plague. No offense.
Untaken.
And I've seen clips here and there, but I'm very, very choosy on what I'll click on as far as Twitch clips, because I'm just looking for hilarious horse kicking moments.
Mm-hmm.
And that's pretty much it. Or people throwing people off of bridges,
Yeah.
that kind of shit. So I cannot wait. The world looks fucking amazing.
Indeed.
And I have a 4K TV now, but I don't have anything that can play it on 4K.
Okay.
So I don't know. I doubt, as much as I would love to think that they are going to put it out on PC sooner rather than later, they're not. Let's be honest. Rockstar, it took them, 3 fucking years to put it on PC before? 2 years?
I can't remember.
If they put it out by summer of next year, I would be very surprised.
Right, and that's what I'm thinking too.
So, if I think I might wait. I think I might if I can make it through these next couple weeks until the streams die down and I can go back to my regular social habits as far as Twitch is concerned, then I'll be all right. But if I catch like one stream of somebody playing that bitch for even if it's like 10 minutes, all it's gonna take is like one fucking thing to happen, and I'm buying that bitch for PS4. So.
Yeah, it was September 2013. Grand Theft Auto 5 was released for Xbox 360 and PlayStation, and then April 2015 is when it came out for PC.
Yeah, so fucking 2 years.
Yeah, a while, too long.
Yeah, and I bought it for both, and I'm not doing that again.
Yeah,
especially now at least $60 a pop.
Right. Yeah, I refuse. Oh God, I remember when they first announced it. It's like, yes, it's great. It's gonna come for PC. Dope. And then it's like, yeah, a year. It's gonna be out in a year and a half. By the way, it's like, oh my God. But I waited. I fucking waited the entire time, and it was worth it, in my opinion.
Yeah, and it'll definitely be worth it. I mean, everything that fucking Rockstar puts out for the most part is pretty amazing in one way or another.
Yeah.
And I'm a huge open world fucking around kind of guy. So that's pretty much all I do in any games I ever play. So I don't think I'll be as enthused until it comes out on PC because I don't have anything that can actually play it to its full potential.
Right.
Hopefully by the time they put it out, which will be fucking 2 years from now, I'll have a better computer that can actually run 4K.
Yeah, I'm actually like, I've considered getting a 4K PS4 just to be able to play those titles at the best that they can be played. But shit, I think it's still like $400 or $500 right now, and that's just not something I'm looking to spend.
Nope, fuck that.
Nope. All right, Jimbo.
Yo,
What's good, baby?
So Halloween just happened, which as a parent, it was a lot of fun. My son, he was fucking Fortnite skin for Halloween. Like the dinosaur, whatever that's called, the green dinosaur looking skin. I don't know what it's called.
Sure.
Barney.
But he was a Fortnite skin. But we went and we did Halloween. That was fun. Other than that, man, it's just been work and football. We're down to the last week of the regular season. We're playing one of our rivals schools that's across town on the other side of town. That basically, if we win, we're in the playoffs. If we lose, we're out. Same situation with them. If they win, they're in the playoffs. If they lose, they're out. So it's kind of a cool little last week of the season.
Can I say something super quick?
Yeah.
I literally get off when I see people getting mad at seeing Fortnite in real life. Like when I see people tweeting angrily that they saw some little kid do a floss at Kmart, it makes me happy. It literally makes me laugh because I'm like, you hate something so much that seeing somebody else liking something makes you more angry.
Yeah, that's crazy. No, I don't have a problem with it. I'm not into Fortnite, but I love that my son loves it. Shit, whatever.
Right.
You know?
If I'm ever out and I see people doing this dance, I'm like, yeah. Yes. It's so fucking funny to me. And I don't even like the game. So I just had to throw that out there.
No, I'm with you, man. But no, it was really good this week. One of my players, so I coach cornerbacks, which for those of you that are not football inclined, it's the guys that cover the receivers, outside receivers and
sports.
Anyway, one of my guys, one of my players that I coach, he's a senior, and he probably had the best game he's ever had. He had a amazing diving interception. He had like 5, pass breakups, and he was playing against a kid who was, bigger, taller, faster than him. He just had a really, really good game. He just really played well, and it was one of those moments as a coach where you're like, hey, man, you're really just proud of your guys. You know what I mean? Like you feel like you had a little small part of their success, that they believed in themselves and they did well, and it was awesome to watch. So I was feeling really good. Friday was a big win we had, and set us up for a good last week. And then between that and work, it's like that's pretty much it for me. You know, I mean, it's just football, teaching. I work 7 days a week. I work about 80 hours, a week, and it is what it is. But other than that, gaming wise, I beat Spider-Man, which, by the way, amazing game. Even though you hate the PS4 controller, Salty, totally worth playing on that game. It is so damn good, man. So
if
damn
I
good.
get this fucking controller thing, I think it's only like $30 or something.
Yeah.
I will 100% be buying that game.
Oh, it's fantastic. And if you have a PS4 and you're listening to this podcast right now, totally get it. I can't say enough good things about that game. I enjoyed it thoroughly. I really probably plan on playing through the DLC later. But I'm going to give it a break just because I jumped into another open world game, which is, of course, Red Dead 2. I dipped my toe into Red Dead last night. I originally planned on playing the first one again on stream, but I don't know. The hype caught up to me and was just like, I need to play this now. And I'm glad I did, because I just thought I went from playing an open world game to completion to about to be starting another open world game. And it's like, I think I'm going to need a little break from open world after I beat Red Dead. And it's going to take me a while, and I'm going to break it up a little bit with some other games. I also bought the new Jackbox, which I played the weekend before last, and it was really good. There's a new game on there, which is really fun for those of you that are streamers that like to play some of these types of games with your community. There's a game on there called Split the Room that is really, really cool, where they give you a situation and you have to try and you put a response in, and you're trying to get like half of the people to vote one way and half to vote the other, basically.
Okay.
But it's a really, really cool, intuitive game that works really well on Twitch, and it's a whole lot of fun. And I really, really had a good time. I'll be playing some more of that. And then finally, I will be playing some more retro soon, because football season, one way or the other, will be over in the next couple of weeks. And that'll give me more time to go back to 3 days a week, and I'll be able to start playing retro. I just love. I started getting into retro the end of around spring of last year, finally playing retro games. And the retro community on Twitch is amazing. There's some really, really good Twitch streamers that I love to watch on there, and the community is really cool. And I just actually really enjoy playing retro games, partly for nostalgia, partly because they're still fun as hell.
They are.
So I'm gonna go back to one stream a week will be dedicated to playing retro games, and I'm excited about that too. So
Sweet.
I have a personal goal to try and beat Battletoads at some point.
Yeah.
Beat that game.
Amazing.
Look,
Yeah, I'd love to be able to beat it.
if I can beat Getting Over It, you can beat Battletoads. I believe in you.
It's gonna take a lot of trial and error, but I think I could do it if I played enough. So
Is it if you lose all your lives, you go back to the beginning?
yeah, you
Okay.
lose all your lives, you lose all your continues. But the thing is, there's a guy I watch, Late Night Retro, who he did this little Twitch challenge. He ended up beating the game. He did a little challenge where he was supposed to beat Battletoads in 40 days, or he was going to quit Twitch. Like, he was done, Like, he was going to... But he ended up beating it in, I think 10 days.
Okay.
In 10 streams. I want to 10 or 11. I think it was 10. But, I mean, in 10 streams, he probably played 50 hours of Battletoads. You know what I mean?
Oh my God.
And this guy is a
Was
better...
that all he was streaming?
Yes, just Battletoads for 50 hours. So,
Oh.
and he is better at those types of games than I am. So I'm thinking it's probably for me to be able to beat this game. It's probably going to take me somewhere around 100 hours, I'm guessing, to try and beat this son of a bitch. Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
it only took me 11 hours to be Getting Over It, so I retract my statement. This sounds way harder than I thought.
It's not an easy game. It's very unfair in a lot of places, but I want to be able to say that I beat it legit,
Yeah,
that'd be a nice...
that's one speed run that I fucking hate, because there are guys out there that can beat the cave level.
You're talking about the speeder bike, that one?
The turbo
Yeah.
tunnel?
Yeah, they can beat the turbo tunnel blindfolded.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I'm talking about the guy, the Mexican runner does that.
That's
is his name.
fucking
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah, but it's true. It's all, a lot of it is muscle memory, repetition, and shit like that. But it's it's still I want to still be able to beat it.
Server
So
group assigned.
I'm setting my
Yeah,
goal to
Fucking save states, bro.
But that's the thing. It's like I used to do that, but I'm now trying to. If for a game like that, yes, you would think, but I'm trying to do it legit. So, but anyway, but that's pretty much it for me gaming, man. Just enjoying Red Dead 2. It's really, really good, and gonna get back into Retro 2 real soon.
Do you mind if I ask a question real fast, Naggers?
Go ahead.
You feel free to
Yeah,
interject
thank
at
you.
any point.
All right.
Yeah.
I had a question on the Spider-Man game. I am not a huge Is it worth it getting if you're not like a Spider-Man fan?
I'm not
would
either.
ask.
I'm not either.
'cause
I'm not even a huge Spider-Man fan, and I loved it. So you'll probably like it even if you're not a huge Spider-Man fan.
I
My
loved
chat.
the fucking PS2.
Bad Spider-Man.
game. So
If my chat filled me in on a lot of Spider-Man lore while I was playing through it, and I was clueless on about a lot of the things that were going on and some of the villains and it, and I still had a great time. So you don't have to be a huge fan of Spider-Man to enjoy the game. Not at all.
I'm trying to think of the Spider-Man game that was for Nintendo 64 that had Carnage in it. I don't remember if it had Venom as well, but I remember their game for the Nintendo 64. The cartridge was red, which made it extra. You know, when you got a colored cartridge, man, that's jizz worthy right there. Something about it.
Turok. Yeah, Turok. was
Donkey Kong was yellow.
Mm-hmm.
Great shit.
Zelda was. I had the gold Zelda 64.
Yeah.
Perfect Dark was
cartridge, yeah.
blue.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Didn't Majora's Mask have a holographic label as well, like a special edition? Shit's legit.
So there is one that came out for the N64. It was just called Spider-Man. It came out in the year 2000.
Okay. I think that was actually, I remember loving that game. Unlike the Superman game that came
Don't
out
talk about that game.
with the
never
impossible tutorial. Oh man.
Flying just being absolutely wonky. I would run into a building for hours.
Well, and I tell you, this game, this Spider-Man, the new title, watching MiddleAgeStream, because what I would do if it was the first time somebody had streamed the game, I would watch like the first hour, and it's like the same thing over and over, but it's more just to see like everybody's thoughts and performance and that kind of shit. And so when I watch people for the first hour, that world they created for this game would lend itself amazingly to a properly done Superman game.
Mm-hmm. No doubt. Yeah, it's really, really. Like I said, it's an incredible game. Go out, and if you have a PS4, you owe yourself. Just go play it. You'll like it. I promise.
Yeah, it's on my wish list. I definitely want to play it for sure. Speaking of consoles, Jimbo, we have to set up a day once I get my Switch, we need to do some multiplayer retro gaming, because there's some of those titles that are online play enabled. And if we can find something to fucking DP, I'm down. And
I'm down too. And I have a feeling too, once Smash comes out next month, I'm gonna be dusting my Switch off and be all over that. So I'm excited.
I
Demo
just
was edited.
woman. I just bought Weenie's editing TeamSpeak perms during the podcast.
You're the only person I can hear it.
I bought the GameCube Super Smash Brothers controller because they're on sale on Amazon right now, and I had a gift card. I'm like, well, I might as well just get this now while it still exists, and so I got that. And I don't really know my timeline. My plan is to get a Switch before the release of Super Smash, which I believe is like a month from Thursday. Last Thursday is it December 1st, December 7th. Fans would know. But yeah, so hopefully in the next month, and yeah, we're gonna have some Smash nights. Faux show.
Oh, we gonna smash.
Oh, we gonna smash, baby. Anything else from you, Jimbo?
That's it, man, dude. Just loving life, man. Glad to be here.
Good shit. I really could have left this part of the script blank if I wanted to. I really had to think about what was going on. Being at the new job for the last 3 weeks has wrecked me. And last week, we started exercising in the morning before work, and that has also wrecked me. That has been absolutely terrible. So it hasn't really left me with a lot of time to game or stream. I've canceled probably 4 or 5 streams over the past couple weeks just because I get home and I'm so exhausted to the point where I don't even want to be in my office. I sit on the couch and I just watch YouTube or watch Twitch. And on the contrary, being able to watch other people stream for the past couple weeks has been magnificent. It's been awesome. Because it's not something I get a lot of time to do. But oh my Lord, I've just been wrecked. I've been too tired. And when I have been able to stream, even during, I'm like, I am so wiped out, and I could stop at any moment if I really want to. And I usually can only make it until about 3 hours in before I really start getting tired. So hopefully this next week will be my 4th week, and I'm kind of hoping that after that 4th week, my body will start to get better acclimated to the new schedule, and we'll see how it goes. So as far as non-gaming goes, sitting on couch, watching YouTube. I haven't cut my grass in like 4 weeks, so that definitely needs some attention. We're going out friends, like Weenie and I went bowling with a couple friends on Friday. Again, beer towers, tequila shots, bad combination, but we had a really good time. And as far as gaming goes, I've been knocking away at Sleeping Dogs Definitive Edition, playing that for the first time. I just completed my 4th stream. That's a really good game. Have any of you guys played that before?
Sleeping Dogs?
I meant to get back to it, and I own it.
Okay.
And I just have never gotten back to playing it, but it is on my list. If I can ever stop buying new games and get to my backlog, it's on my list of games to play. I just, fuck.
If
Keep coming out with new games.
It's totally playable, especially the remastered edition. Like,
no, I have the remastered edition on Xbox One X.
Okay.
Actually.
Play that shit.
I will.
Good man. By the way, Greg, if you want to sell that Switch, make some quick cash. I'll give you $50.
American dollars.
Yeah. And then Weenie and I tried doing a Halloween stream. We tried 3 different games. Dying Light didn't work. Cry of Fear was another one, didn't work. And then we ended up playing some Don't Starve together, which was pretty fun. I'd like to go back and play that again. Weenie's really enjoying that game. But other than that, that's kind of the max amount of video games that I have indulged in the past 2 weeks.
Yeah, the internet gods were fucking y'all over that night.
You didn't want to play the Visage release?
So Weenie played it for 2 hours and then quit it because she said it was too scary, which has never happened before.
I never get scared in my entire life. I laugh at scary movies. That game literally scared me. There's a couple clips of me screaming and my wife coming in the room asking if it's okay. So,
Really? Okay.
Yeah, it's not good. It's a scary. It's really good at building suspense. It's really good at the controls are just good enough to be good, and then just wonky enough where you'll mess up, and it makes it 10 times scarier.
Yeah, I saw Weenie posted on, what was it, Twitter, I think, that she refunded that bitch.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Good shit. All right, well, that is it for what we've been up to. We are moving on to gaming news and discussion. We only have one quick, just so you know, but before I get into that, during the week, if any of you guys would like to submit any gaming or streaming related news for us to possibly discuss on the show, remember we do have a hashtag news channel in the Knackers Discord. Feel free to post any links to any articles that you find intriguing, and we might talk about them on the show. So huge shout out to Mr. 42, MiddleAgeStream, and Paul Carey for submitting articles over the past 2 weeks. And then again, a shout out to PC Gamer and Rock Paper Shotgun for supplying the articles that we are talking about. And it was actually a slow week for news. There wasn't a lot going on. So if you guys have any questions that you want to ask that could possibly fill that space, you're more than welcome to. And so the first, just so you know, is Sunset Overdrive is coming out for PC. Have any of you guys played this game on Xbox?
I did. It was actually one of the first games I got on Xbox. 1. And it's not bad. It's not really my style of game, but it's not bad. It's kind of like a Tony Hawk type of game.
Yeah.
Which I know to some of y'all may really be into, but I wasn't really into Tony Hawk, you know. I know. I'm a bad person. But a lot of people really liked it. It didn't sell very well apparently for the Xbox. So
Can I get some Tony Hawks in chat, please? Dear God.
yeah. It's not my type of game, but I could see why people would like it. It's just not my type of game.
Jen, I saw you nodding. Did you play it as well?
I did. I played a little bit of it, and it reminds me of that reminiscent of Dying Light and, Crackdown. So I really enjoyed it, and the over-the-top humor really made it good.
Okay.
I thought it was good. I'm excited for it to come out on PC to play it again. I never finished it, so
Okay.
like with the whole open world aspect, I just can't zero in and finish.
Dying Light 2 is going to be coming out sometime in 2019. I'm pumped for that.
I never played the first one. I
They need-
heard
Jimmy!
good things. I heard a lot of good things
Yeah.
about it. I just never got around to it.
Did you play the DLC, Knackers?
No, that was what we were trying to play on Halloween night,
Oh, okay.
but Weenie's computer was like, nah, no thank you.
Oh, okay.
Please take it back.
The only, I loved Dying Light. It was a great game. The only thing that was disappointing was the end. And I'm not going to say anything else because Jimmy needs to go play it. But, the end was like, okay.
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 All right. First on the list, the Streamlabs live streaming report for Q3 in 2018. There were some interesting things that they outlined in this report. Before I read off my two highlights, was there anything that really stuck out to you guys that was maybe surprising or maybe more so of a letdown, something unexpected?
I didn't realize that compared to Twitch, I thought there were more people streaming on Mixer than there are.
Same.
Like actively. That's what surprised me. I thought that, if you look at the main numbers, active streamers on Twitch by quarter, 1.63 million, as opposed to 69.8 thousand on Mixer. So there's nearly 1 million more people streaming actively on the Twitch platform than Mixer, which I was very surprised. There's more people streaming actively on Facebook than on Mixer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is fucking
Not by
crazy.
much, but by about 1,000 people. So it just, it's obviously it's gone up. I just thought Mixer had a bigger presence than they have.
Same. Because it seems like it.
Yeah.
Like,
they
just-
definitely put themselves out there as if they were as big.
They got the big Microsoft backing, but I don't know. Have you guys ever tried it at all?
Yeah.
I've watched
Dude,
10 minutes of Mixer streams.
It's tough. It is a tough platform. It's definitely a rush to market platform. I think it can be good and it will be good, and I think for console gamers it's going to be great, especially for the Xbox ones. But it's just hard. I like the UI when I was trying to set up all my stuff would go down all the time, and then my streams would go down all the time, and it was like, okay, I'm just gonna go back, and that was the kind of big deal. It was a bad time, man. I've never been more frustrated than with Mixer.
So you tried streaming on Mixer?
Yeah, so that program Restream.io.
Yep.
Yeah.
My first month, I was like, I'm gonna outreach to everybody. Everyone needs to know who the Gen is. So I went through Mixer, I went through YouTube, and I went through Twitch. And before you're an affiliate, you don't have to worry about anything. So I was throwing all the rods out. And Mixer was the one that was just the hardest. It was the hardest to get going.
I have not tried streaming on Mixer. I've just tried using it as a viewer, and even recently, within the past couple weeks. I won't go as far as to say it looks like it was put together in Microsoft Paint, but everything is in odd places, and not just I'm used to where things are on Twitch. It's just the layout is so unorthodox and unnatural, and it's really hard to navigate and just doesn't look good. Now, Twitch didn't look that great way back in the day as well, so I'm not going to hold that against them, but it's rough, and it could use some love.
I think they're going to continue to evolve, and they're going to continue to improve, and it's good I think it's good for Twitch to not be the only freaking cowboy in the saloon. You know what I mean? It's good for. I had to throw out freaking.
I mean,
I had
Red
to.
Dead.
Red Dead, yeah.
But
Good shit.
It's good. It's good for them to have some competition. Although I thought the competition was a little stiffer than, you know, I didn't realize they had a million more. That it was that big of a difference. I mean, it's like first place, but second place being Facebook and Mixer almost tied for second. That's a lot less people streaming on that platform. You know.
What'd you think of the buyout they did? Did you ever see that? Where they did they took partnered streamers. If you had a concurrent amount of streamers on Twitch and you wanted to switch over to Mixer, they would do a buyout.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I heard about some of that.
I mean, I feel like especially with the backing, and I've heard that it's going to be a big push this year, Mixer, and they want it to become competitive because YouTube's in the game killing it, and I think here probably a year or two, Mixer and Twitch will start going hand in hand, and there will be that big toss up.
So I heard about that going on because obviously I watched a lot of streamers, both big and small, that made the switch. And my immediate first thought is nobody who's doing content creation for a living is going to jump platforms without a fat check on the other side.
Right. Yeah.
So did you ever see any specifics of like if you have this size, this is how much? Did you see anything like that?
No, I couldn't find anything along those lines. I know I saw a base, if you had over 3,000 followers and a partnered streamer, you could, you would, if you did the switch, you got some payout.
Wow.
And it was they're definitely, and especially to make partner and Mixer, it's super low right now. So I think that might be a super plus for switching over. I don't know. It's crazy to think about, I guess.
Indeed.
There is kind of an interesting stat with Mixer, though, in that at the bottom of that infographic that I posted in chat, there is an average concurrent streamer versus concurrent viewer by platform. And there's 13.6 thousand people streaming and only 22,000 viewers.
Yeah.
Average concurrent.
Yeah.
Where Twitch has 43,000 people streaming average, but 1.1 million viewers.
Right.
The pot, Periscope is 4 times bigger average concurrent on viewers than fucking Mixer is.
And that's one of the main things that people were talking about was don't get it twisted. Yes, there's less streamers over on that platform, so it might be easier to get found, but the amount of viewers is also equal in size, so it's almost just as hard. Yes, you might get noticed a little bit faster, and yes, you might have a great little boost in the beginning, but the viewership just isn't there quite yet. But it's cool to know that they're making strides, because I 100% agree that competition is very much, it's not even that it's good, is necessary. I like the fact that if we didn't have competition, we've never would have seen the Ryzen, the Ryzen chip, which has made waves, especially in the streaming community. So it's cool to see this going up. And I'm glad that there are people who are going to switch and they're going to do okay. And they're going to build communities. Cause I would hate for somebody to make that stride and to go over there and do the reset and then just be right back where they started. It's I want you to succeed. There's so much room, not necessarily at the top. There's enough room in this space for a lot of people to be successful. So it's crazy. Yeah. Again, looking at these numbers, the two noteworthy highlights that really stuck out to me are these two. Number one, Twitch up 23% in active streamers since last quarter, from 1.37 million to 1.63 million. Mixer up 31% in active live streamers, from 53,000 to 70,000. And Facebook with an increase of 55% increase in active streamers, from 45K to 70K. And
Live's fucking here, baby.
yeah, it's here to stay for sure.
I mean, like with the Facebook Live stuff, is that like the where they go and do the snippet thing? Like where it's like a 5-minute segment of you talking, with a live chat, or like I guess what counts as an actual segment on Facebook? I don't
You
know.
can do whatever the fuck you want.
Really?
It's like
Yep.
Instagram.
It's-
Same thing.
yeah.
So like most people I know that stream on Facebook, it's literally just like a sales pitch for some
Yeah.
bullshit they're trying to sell.
Yep.
Like
That's what I always say, too.
candles or fucking purses or pants. Who knows?
Candles, purses, and pants. Welcome to Salty Sam's Marketplace.
That's right.
Fucking fuck Facebook.
But there's people over there. Yeah, they've got full-fledged streams going on, like Darkness 429, real big Rainbow Six Siege, Rainbow Six Siege. Also, I say siege instead of siege. How do you guys say it?
Siege.
Siege.
Okay, I know I'm incorrect. I just want to know if I'm alone. Siege. He moved over there and he's doing really good over there. But yeah, it's full-fledged stream going on.
But I think the reason why that is, though, is that R6 is a console game. So many of the people that I saw, like when I was playing on Mixer, it was the Fortnite community. So like, a Fortnite is a console game that can be played. So Darkness 429.
Yeah,
He
429,
came
I
over
think.
with R6, and R6 is a console game. So I think that's why he's having a lot of success.
Mm-hmm.
But like if you played something like Red Dead would get less success because it's on only a singular console. No, they dual release this time.
Yep, Xbox and
Yeah,
PS.
they did. Okay. But yeah, that's where I kind of saw it, like where it was a plus, but then just the minuses kind of outweighed it.
Right.
I'm still surprised YouTube is a streaming place.
Same. The only person I know that streams on there is motherfucking Phantom Lord.
Yeah, well, there's a reason.
Right.
Fuck all that. Nothing to do with that.
Go ahead, Jen.
Basically, I Do Work does really well on there, from what I've seen. And do you know a YouTuber named Critical?
Yep.
Yeah, he does really well on there too. And I like it just kind of blows my mind. Like I don't ever go to YouTube to think of like streams
Me either.
ever.
Mm-mm.
Nope.
And it's not even that I don't go looking for it. I just never see it anywhere.
They had it in a separate section. It was YouTube Gaming.
Right.
And then now they're starting to integrate it.
Smart.
Yeah.
Now they're just gonna be shoving it in your face nonstop until you fucking start looking at it.
Right. The second noteworthy highlight here, Streamlabs processed more than 34 million in tips just in Q3, which equates to 106 million over the entire year so far. We still have 2 months left, and it's about to be Christmas time. You know those tips are about to be rolling in, brother.
All those Christmas bits. Yep.
I think my perspective is off. I actually thought that 106 was kind of low. I expected a little bit more.
I mean, that's just tips too.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I'd like to know what the full number for how much money people made on each platform.
Yeah.
Mm.
Bits have changed the game, man. Like that whole thing has changed everything. If it was all donations, that would have been a huge number.
Right.
But bits have really come in and stolen a lot of it.
I
I
hope
generate more revenue in bits every month than I do in tips.
same. Well, then again, I haven't had PayPal as an option for the past year and a half. I just re-added it. So like I've never actually said like, hey guys, by the way, well, this is me doing it now, but I've never said, yeah, hey, the donation is back. But most people just seem to have gravitated towards using bits. And I know as a streamer, I have a great story that I haven't told yet. Being a streamer, knowing that once that money is there, it's yours. It's like, would you rather get the money immediately and know that you have a risk of it being taken away from you for 6 months, or get it and know that you have it and you just have to wait 45 days for it?
I have had one chargeback in the almost 4 years I've streamed.
Right.
And it was from somebody who came in, and it was somebody I didn't even know and threw in. And I always leave it in there anyway for a bit, but that hasn't been an issue. I would imagine it might be an issue if you were a full-time streamer and if that's what you depended on. But for the vast majority of people, I don't think it's.
Any final thoughts on this Streamlabs thing before I get into the story?
No, just sorry, Salty. Go ahead.
I'd like to know how much. I wish they would break the quarter up into to see how September changed how the bits and shit were distributed, because I found when I was in chats, it seems like there was a shitload more bit donations on September just because everybody's subs were so cheap. So there was just a shitload of money flying around.
I didn't see it as much like last year was different the way they did it. It was just for like the resub gifts and stuff this year, the way they did September, or for new subs. Last year, September was any sub, but that was before the whole gift subs and all that too. So who knows? But like last year for September, I think it might have been even more, but like there was at least for me, it was more last year than I noticed this year. But I mean, obviously that's anecdotal.
That's why I wish we could tell, because I mean, they're saying that 2018 is looking to be a $10.1 billion year for live streaming. As far as the industry-wide numbers in this article, that's what they are predicting, and they're predicting like almost double that next year. Or not almost double that, $3 billion more next year. So that's just fucking insane.
That's so crazy.
I mean, live streaming got a huge boost this year with all of the PR. It got, big names saying they stream, or big names saying that they game and stuff like that. We definitely got a bunch, but I don't know how much more up and up that's going. I mean, like, it's become where the big guys are streaming with, people that I thought were just like unreachable,
Right.
Like, it was like,
crazy.
oh, okay.
Yep.
So,
just
go ahead.
The crazy shit that is unlocking to the top tier.
Mm-hmm.
The people they're meeting, the events they're getting to go to, the fucking sponsorships they're getting, the brand deals. Like this Ninja Samsung thing is fucking crazy to me. The commercial shit. We can all just get that out of the way. The whole ad campaign sucks. But just the fact that it happened is fucking nuts to me.
Yeah, I think that's what. And then the Red Bull sponsored stream room, that was absolutely
that
nuts.
looked like it was fucking
That's a
CGI.
Yeah.
Not to mention Ninja streaming Fortnite from Times Square for New Year's Eve.
Right?
Talk about global reach. Like, holy shit.
And you don't have to like him. Who cares? You don't have a choice.
Yep.
He is the top of Twitch, whether anybody likes it or not.
Is he the Kim Kardashian of Twitch?
Probably. But it's a plus all around,
Well, he didn't get there on the dicks of other people, I guess.
Drake, Marshmallow.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't. He was definitely established before.
Well, 100%.
Drake.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well,
Now, the
not
100,000 people of fucking stream definitely didn't come until then.
Yeah, I was gonna say he wasn't at the 160,000 until Drake and Marshmallow. So
But he was probably top 50 highest earning on Twitch then.
for sure he was definitely up there. He was 60,000, I think, before all that. And
Jimmy,
just blew up.
why are you typing in chat? You can use your voice.
Oh, I was responding to the snow guard.
Oh,
Yeah. No.
It feels like actual streaming and gaming are getting like companies, like how a company goes and gets sponsors. That's what it really starting to turn around to. This is actually looking like a legitimate business, and that's super exciting.
Corporate.
Yeah, going corporate, and just the amount of outreach that's happened, the trickle down effect's going to happen, and that's great. That excites me.
Yup.
I'm super pumped because eventually, some guy's not going to want to watch Ninja anymore, and there's the knackers out there. There's Salty. Sorry, middle-aged gent. We don't get it, but
you bring so much money to the platform. You're bringing eyes to the platform with every one of these characters. I mean, everybody thought fucking the Doc was done, like he was cashing in his fucking retirement card.
Yeah,
and he's still like top 5 on Twitch solo streamer.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking this place is here to stay. And all this money is telling me is that it's probably going to get a little worse if they don't keep up the production of features and keeping the community the way it is.
just a little bit of info. When the Twitch Prime Fortnite thing first hit, like when you could, what was the actual thing? You got skins.
Skin. Yeah,
for
in-game skin.
Yeah, so in-game skin for having Twitch Prime. Ninja was up to 260,000 subs. What up, butthole pussy? And now I think he's down below 100,000. That is 160,000 other users with Twitch Prime that have a Prime sub to use. That's some serious trickle down that you can suck on.
Well, I mean, you did hear like about the little bit of, they called scandal and whatnot about that, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that could be some of it, but I doubt it. Man, there's not going to be that.
I mean, there's definitely
people
that are gonna bot like crazy, but
Oh yeah.
I feel like if that was the case, Twitch would do everything in their fucking power to stop that from coming out anyway.
Right.
Like, this dude is the face of your entire fucking brand. He's on TV. He's talking on like fucking Fox Business and shit. Like CNBC. Like, what the fuck is going on?
Next thing you know, Ninja's going to have his own show talking about how the frogs or the water's turning the frogs gay. So real quick, I was out perusing Twitter while I was taking a poopy, and I see the Streamer News Twitter retweet something from Pussy, please. I'm podcasting. Retweeting Stream Elements saying that there is a new service called SE Pay that Stream Elements is using as opposed to PayPal. And so I read up on it a little bit. I want to read the things. I think, okay, so they take 2% instead of PayPal's 3%, and they take 20% as opposed to PayPal. Oh, I'm sorry, 20 cents as opposed to PayPal's 30 cents. So they're basically advertising this new payment processing platform as an alternative to PayPal because they take less money. And so I replied to the tweet. I said, cool, I'm interested, but waiting for the catch. Immediately, two people that either work with Streamlabs or are sponsored by Streamlabs, they both or Stream Elements, Stream Elements. Two people that are affiliated with the company immediately reply and go, "What? Why does there have to be a catch? Why can't it just be better?" And I'm like, well, because ever since I've been around on Twitch, so for the past 5-6 years, nobody has ever competed with PayPal as far as being a payment processing platform. Why is that? Is that because there is no room to compete because they are as cheap as you can go? Is the only way that PayPal makes money is if they charge 3% and 20 cents on the dollar or, whatever. And so I was asking questions and I was getting all these answers like, well, we use this company that handles $10 billion a year and it's cheaper. There is no catch. I'm like, okay, well, first of all, the catch is you have to use Stream Elements in order to use this new platform. So that's a fucking catch right there.
One.
Yeah. And second of all, you're basically telling me, switch, don't question it. We're better because we're cheaper. That is the mindset that you are telling people to adopt. I am immediately running in the opposite direction.
Yep.
As soon as you tell people to not question things that they read, that's when you know you have a real problem. And I've never really had a negative interaction with people from Stream Elements. I know Weenie has had a negative interaction. I don't want to say the situation incorrectly, but there was a partnered Stream Elements account that came into Weenie's chat that was advertising for Stream Elements. And Weenie can say what happened in chat. I think that they denied that it happened and that it wasn't possible that they weren't doing it. And I can't remember exactly what happened after the fact. And then she got into a conversation with one of their representatives on Twitter, and it was a very aggressive person. So what it was in another chat. Okay. What I will say, people, is that whenever you see something like this, whenever you have a platform that's out for a really, really long time, like PayPal, and then somebody else comes along and go, hey, we can do that, but better because we're cheaper. Trust us. We handle so much money a year. Question it. Question everything. Like I said when I got reeled into a pyramid scheme when I was looking for a job.
Yeah.
If it seems too good to be true, it probably is. Thank you, Daddy Knackers. Thank you, actual Knack Daddy.
Yeah. I mean, let somebody else fucking burn in that fire first.
Right. You can just wait. I think there's a way I can, if anyone is interested in reading the tweet conversation, it was so off-putting to get like immediately responded by these people. Like if your service is as good as you say it is, there's no reason to jump on it and defend it. Let the service do the talking for you. So that was just another reason why I should never try Stream Elements. And first and foremost, if you've ever gone into Stream Elements and tried to set shit up, it's real difficult. Oh God.
Yeah, fuck that. The guy who responded to you looks like he needs to sleep.
He's been up all day responding to
Like a
people talking
brown
shit.
Fucking sport coat with a t-shirt and a necklace. Like, get out of here, man. You have
Get outta
coffee as a
here.
fucking banner right now.
Get out of here.
Stop it.
Yeah. So, like I said, something better than PayPal needs to come out because the chargeback protection on PayPal is borderline non-existent.
No.
But when somebody comes out of nowhere with a company name that nobody's heard of yet, saying that they can handle your money better than the other guy, just be cautious, okay? Be cautious. All right. New games. Red Dead, Fallout 76. Which one of you guys has played it? I know Salty, you've been avoiding it. Jimmy, I know you've been playing it. Gent, what's been your experience with either or games?
I have not played any Red Dead. I've seen a lot of horse kicking in the face and a lot of horse testicles, but no actual gameplay. You know, like that's where I'm avoiding. 76, I've gotten to watch and play quite a bit. It's the same. It's the same Fallout 4 experience, and you know that kind of nostalgia with just on stuff. You know, they definitely undersized all the servers and stuff like that, so they're definitely reeling back and going, "This is our first time." But other than that, it's been great. Yeah, I've enjoyed watching it. It seems like a fun game. It seems like a really fun friend game. You know, not a solo artist game anymore. It's definitely like get some friends, get some commentary going, and have a good time.
And for the people who love dumping hundreds and hundreds of hours, they are probably so happy that they can experience, like, I have wanted a co-op Elder Scrolls game for a really, really, really long time. And I know Fallout 76 isn't really that target, but to know that A, they're testing it, and two, it's possible, got me super stoked. Jimbo, what's your thoughts on Red Dead? And because I don't want to hear what you have to say, I'm going to take this opportunity to go pee-pee. So the floor is yours.
Well, I've only played the first like 3 hours of the game. I haven't played a ton of it yet, a little over 3 hours. And I'm not going to say any spoilers or anything because I know some people want to experience it for themselves. But I will talk about my experience as far as what I just overall thoughts about the game itself. It's a slow start, which is fine because there's a lot of story to be said. The motion capture is incredible. It's one of the best looking games I've ever played. I mean, if you played the first Red Dead and loved it, you're going to love this one too. And shit, I mean, I got nothing. I'm really sad that I don't get to play it again until this Wednesday is, kind of where I'm at with that. As far as Fallout 76 is concerned, that's a game that I probably will end up not buying. I don't see myself getting it right. Maybe down the road, but I don't know, man. I don't play a lot of co-op type games. I just don't. And to me, it basically seems like co-op Fallout 4, which I thought Fallout 4 was okay, but I don't know. That's just been I've watched a few streamers that I enjoy watching play the beta, and to me, it just seems like co-op Fallout 4. That's kind of what I'm seeing. And for some people, that's awesome. For me, I'm just like, whatevs, So probably we'll end up not getting 76. But Red Dead 2 got nothing but great things to say about it, and I'm enjoying it so far. We'll probably end up buying a 4K capture card before I'd planned on it, just because I want to be able to play it in 4K.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another thing with me buying it for the PS4 and not getting an Xbox One. What's it? X, whatever the fuck it is, or a PS4 Pro is. Now that I have a 4K TV and I've seen shit in 4K, it's fucked me up playing on a regular old big PS4. When you play
or watch something in 4K, and then when you see it regular, you're just like, oh. I mean, it's not the same difference from like standard definition to high definition. Not quite.
No.
But it's certainly like, it's just super detailed high definition that just looks really cool.
A game that's just now coming out, now that 4K has been out for long enough to where these games are getting so fucking detailed. It's just like, I bought the 4K Fire TV box for the new TV in my living room, and they have a shitload of 4K
content. Yeah.
Content that you can get for free or buy, like movies and shit. So I've been like rewatching shit that's like a year or two old in 4K just to see it.
Well, we have a 4K Apple TV and a 4K TV in our living room, and I love watching 4K content, man. It's awesome. You know, it really is. So
that's all I have hooked up into that fucking TV right now.
I've got to be the unpopular opinion. I mean, like, I see it, and, like, it looks fantastic. It does. But why? What's the point? I mean, like, I can see one more specular hair on someone's face, or I don't know. Just because.
Just because. I mean,
that casual flex.
It's not going to. It doesn't make the story better. It doesn't make the whatever. But there are certain types of content that is nice to see at really high definition. Yeah. Like if you're watching, like
Planet Earth.
Yeah, exactly. The new
or
Planet
Blue
Earth
Planet.
in 4K, it looks unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
So, and any sort of Netflix, there's a lot of 4K content they have now that's out, and it just really it just enhances your viewing experience a little bit because it just looks so good. That's all. It's not like you have to have it,
right?
But I think it just enhances what you already got. So, but I mean, if you have a 4K TV, shit, what's the point of having one if you can't watch 4K content?
The only reason I have a 4K TV, I have other than my 4K Fire TV box, I have no other things that can play 4K at all. But
that's the only thing I have that can play 4K is my Xbox One X and my 4K Apple TV. That's it. That's the only.
And and I don't plan on getting anything anytime soon either. But my whole thing was I needed a lighter TV, so I needed a new TV. The TV that I had in my living room in the old house was probably 6 or 7 years old, and I was like, fuck it. I buy a TV like once every 10 years. Let me buy something that is not going to fucking be out of date. So I bought a Samsung Q6.
Those
which
are nice.
Is like 3 steps from the very top of Samsung's
those are nice
theater.
And I was just like, I'm never going to fucking buy another TV my entire life.
I just have never made the jump. I mean, like, I see the difference, and I'm like, okay, that would be awesome for, like, the first week. Like, when I got my 144 hertz, right? But, like, now it's, like, a normality. So I guess that's just what's keeping me. I don't know.
It's not a necessity.
No.
It's just kind of enhances what's already there. I mean,
and you pretty much can't go without nowadays if you buy new.
Yeah,
right.
That's true. TV, everything's fucking 4K pretty much.
We watched the last when I had my last Apple TV. We watched the last Fast and the Furious in 4K, and I was like, "Holy shit, this looks so good!" And then we went back to watching like 1080p content on YouTube and shit. I'm like, "Oh, this sucks."
My eyes are burning.
But like the one I don't think as far as a gaming experience, I'm not gonna buy like a 4K TV. But when those NVIDIA big fucking displays come out, like the 4K 120 hertz, can you imagine playing like Forza or like Red Dead Redemption.
Any sim ever.
Right, on those big ass things. Now, again, for a 70-inch 4K display, you have to be sitting like 8 feet away. So, it's not going to be a great PC monitor. But I could see for certain applications that would be really, really cool. But yeah, we don't have anything 4K in the house. Like, we have a 4K TV, but the Apple TV out there is 1080p. The Amazon Fire Stick's 1080. The PC that I have hooked up to the TV, which is what we use 99% of the time, that has a GTX 560 in it, and it just does 1080p stuff. So,
yeah. I mean, and by the way, the 4K Amazon Fire TV is awesome.
Yeah,
it's so fucking easy to hook up. It's just a USB and a HDMI. So I don't even have it because it's the only thing in my TV. I just plugged in the USB into the USB power slot on the TV. As soon as the TV comes on, it powers on. It's auto swaps to that input, and done.
Bam.
is there a Twitch app?
There is, but it blows, and I don't understand that. Like,
That's too bad.
It's fucking terrible. It's almost mobile.
Wow.
This close to as shitty as mobile.
I don't know. I think the mobile app's gotten better recently.
Oh,
App is
Dude,
better. The performance is still trash.
yeah.
Oh yeah, there's a big
the
lag.
features
on
you
the
can
app.
do
yeah.
The
online
big
is
lag.
great.
Yeah,
but
there's a big lag on the Twitch
And
app.
the complete disconnect of like subbing and being like when you buy bits. Have you guys bought bits on like your mobile app?
oh yeah,
No, because they're
It's-
way
it's
more
a-
expensive.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah.
know that. I had
Yeah.
no
Wait.
clue.
What?
Yeah, they are.
Oh, they're
it's-
like twice as expensive on the app.
What?
It's like $7 for 500, I think. It's or even more.
Oh,
But
it's expensive.
That blew
Yeah.
my mind. I could not deal with it.
It's because Apple, the way if you're buying, and I guess it's for Android too, I don't know too, but I know for sure for Apple, like if you're buying stuff through the platform, they got to get their little piece of the pie, so they charge you even more for bits. So
Got it. Okay. Yeah, I remember I tried to sub to somebody once on mobile, and I got too frustrated, and I just walked my ass to the computer and just did it there.
Well, it's literally if they don't have their link, you can't get to it.
Yeah, you have to have a link for
Yeah.
people, otherwise it's
Stupid,
too much of a
dude.
pain in the ass.
yeah. It's $7 for 500 bits on mobile right now.
God, yeah, I did not know, because every time I try and use Twitch mobile outside of my own Wi-Fi network, I end up just closing it because it performs terrible. If you don't have transcoding and anybody is broadcasting above 3,500, you're not gonna be able to watch it.
Well, wait a minute. It's $7 for 500 bits on PC.
Is it?
Yeah,
Maybe it's just higher for Apple users.
I think it's
Could
just
be.
higher. Let me look at
'Cause
mine.
mine's-
I swear to God, it's higher
It says
on mobile.
special first time bit. Some
Oh, that
bullshit,
might be why.
But obviously not my first time buying bits.
interesting. Yeah, I do remember hearing that because they have to go through the App Store, that Apple has to take a cut.
For me, it's actually 1 cent cheaper to buy 500 bits on my phone.
Okay, so for 510 bits on iOS, it is $9.99.
Whoa. Okay, so
that would stop me right there.
Y'all
Boom.
getting boned, son.
Yeah.
For
God
1,000
damn.
for 1,050 bits on Apple, it is $19.99.
wait. Okay, so Snowguard just said he's on a Google phone and it's $9.99 for 510 bits.
It's I don't know what it's like on Google.
So is it the
I
same?
have
Let me
my
see what my
phone's a
Android
Google
is.
phone.
Let me see if mine's an Android. Is it region? Could it be that?
It might be because I have a Pixel 2 XL.
Get this,
Let me
dude.
see what my bits
So
are.
for 5,000, and it's weird because they have different bit denominations.
Right.
For 5,000, and they just do it by price, but like the same prices. So like for they don't have this on Twitch. They have the 5,000 bit denomination. So 5,000 bits on Twitch is 6440, right? Or on the computer.
Wow.
5,550 bits on iOS is $99.99.
my god.
What
Jesus.
Dude, what if this?
Yeah.
Like, what if that was your only like access to Twitch? That really sucks.
That's
And-
a lot of money extra you're
That's-
paying.
And
for
that
bits.
that
Yeah.
is the case. The amount of people that watch, at least in my community, that watch on mobile, pretty sure it's 50-50
I
of
have
people.
a lot of people that just watch on mobile. Yeah.
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah, but Texas has higher sales tax, right? 10%.
Texas sales tax is about 8%.
So that might be it.
Just the
Like, it
sales
might
tax.
just be that Amazon, because Amazon takes taxes for certain states. It
Dude,
might
that's,
just be
that's
region
way
locked.
over. That's way over 8%.
Where do you buy bits?
It's you just gotta go to your bit counter and then
Yeah, yeah.
like bottom right hand, click it, get bits.
'Cause-
I say mine's on an Android device, 510 for $9.99 for the Note 9.
$9.99 for 510 as well for me, and we have
Maybe
a
I'm just
6%
getting some
tax here.
fucking, like,
I'm just
bullshit
getting
thing on
boned,
mine.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I mean, still, that's clearly over. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's way
The
over.
fact that they're not the same regardless is fucking
Mhm.
dumb.
Yeah, because buying bits on mobile has not been out since the mobile app has been out. Correct? Like
Uh,
No,
it
no.
came out
no,
later.
It was a
no,
long
that was
time that it
that was.
wasn't there.
In fact, that just came out maybe the last
Recently,
6
right?
months.
Yeah.
Last
Okay.
I'd
6
say
months.
6 months.
Interesting. All
And I
right.
had to tell my sister because she was like buying them on there. I'm like, stop buying bits on mobile. Use your
For the
laptop.
love of God.
Like you're gonna save money. You know.
Or you could try out this new service that Stream Elements is offering. All right. Next. No, not that one. We're skipping that one. Newest features that were announced at TwitchCon. So, for those of you unaware, at TwitchCon every year, they release a couple new things, and sometimes several new things. They make some changes. I still remember that when Twitch Prime came out, they announced it at TwitchCon, and then everybody at TwitchCon got boned because nobody was live to be able to reap those benefits. But they're doing a little bit better of a job now. So there are a lot of new things that are coming and a lot of awesome things. Now, just like any other thing, especially when it comes to hardware or software, everything looks good on paper. Everything. It's all about that real world application and how it works once it's deployed. So the first and foremost, what we'll do is we'll go down these one by one, and we can just kind of discuss if there's anything to discuss or if there's any questions, we can go over it. So first thing, Squad Stream, which I am particularly super stoked about because I'd love doing multi-stream. So Twitch says up to 4 creators will be able to stream together in a single view that viewers discover when they visit any one of their channels. Viewers can watch on desktop and mobile, as well as easily follow and subscribe to all channels. Chat is linked to whichever channel a viewer selects as their main view, so they can hang out with their friends or jump over to another community with just a click or a tap. Select streamers will be testing out Squad Stream later this year. The one thing I want to add is that I thought that there was going to be a unified chat room. I was incorrect. So for any of those that got that information from me, I'm sorry. I misread.
I wish they'd have done that. That's my favorite part about using other services that combine people that are multi-streaming.
But here's the thing. How do you manage people that have bots that post to their chat? Like sub thank yous, dono thank yous, hosts, timers, like all of those would have to be not able. Like it would just have to be strictly text, which I would be okay with.
Well, and then like
moderating it too, I guess.
Right.
Personal input where you know maybe you're talking about something specific in the game and someone wants to talk back. You know that would be a kind of toss up, really.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, what are your guys' initial thoughts on this? Is this something you see yourself using?
Love it.
I think it's really cool. I think that's way more intuitive than doing like where it used to just be where you'd get a multi-stream link and go to a separate website and do it like that. I think it's not something I see myself using that much, just by virtue of the fact that I rarely ever play with any other streamers. Not that it's just because I don't have any I have no friends. No, I actually see something like this means now that it's becoming more intuitive, I may actually get into maybe doing like once a month, trying to play with some other Twitch streamer that I enjoy.
You gotta switch with me.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. So I think this is really cool because now this might get someone like myself out of my comfort zone and do more multi-stream stuff, you know?
I am definitely going to use this. I am not a solo artist. I mean, I try to be, but I'm not. I'm better with people. So I'm going to love it. I was kind of worried because I was wondering if they were going to do like a centralized channel, meaning like not the chat, but like if you did a multi-stream, it was going to go to like a bot channel and hold there to compile all the data. But, you know, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how they do it because I want it to be, you know, like where you can customize the location of all the streamers. So depending on the game, for the video input, and then I don't know, like what's gonna happen with like FPS games? Is it just gonna be like kind of the multi-box we have going on now, or like
It's
like Smash is gonna be great. That's gonna be a great thing for Smash because, you know, one central location, 4 streamers. It's going to be awesome. But like something like FPS games where you're looking at multiple vantage points, you know, I think it's going to be a little tougher, right?
Yeah, the UI, I don't understand how that's going to work
Yeah.
without just taking all 4 streams with all the fucking borders and all the other shit and just bam, 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 bam.
Well, because the video showed just the face cam filtering through. Like where it was the face cams at the bottom and it was centralized gameplay.
right.
And that's what I just don't know how much customization they could possibly have off the bat with something like this.
For sure.
I want an auto rotating
That
multi-stream.
would be cool. Yep.
Because then it removes the need to fidget. Like, especially for people like when Weenie and I watch streams together, we're on the couch watching TV, and nobody likes sitting on the couch with a keyboard in their lap at all times having to do shit. If you want to sit on the couch, you want to sit on the fucking couch. So being able to be like, hey, I want to watch 2 people that are multi-streaming together, and I just want to set the keyboard down and be able to watch. I like the idea of being able to choose who you want to watch because, you know, think of like Siege, Rainbow Six Siege, or Battle Royale.
That's what it is.
First person dies. You know, yes, you can spectate, but sometimes you don't want to watch somebody else's perspective. And yeah, with the multi-chat, here's one thing that I've always kind of sort of had not an issue with, but something that can tarnish the multi-streaming experience. So for me, multi-streaming, I'd like to focus more on the person that I'm playing with and less on the chat. And actually, something that I've been considering lately is to have a custom set of non-intrusive alerts for when I dual stream, because you start to get to this point where if one person has a really, really busy night alert-wise, and the other person kind of has a slow night, that person ends up being muted for half of the show. And you're like kind of sitting there, like, you know, sometimes you'll be muted for 2 minutes and they'll forget that they're muted and it's a bunch of dead air. And then, you know, some nights it's the other way around. You have a really, really good night. There's a bunch of resubs and hosts coming in and you're constantly going, hey, be right back. And to me, that sort of kind of kills the multi-stream vibe. Because like the reason I'm multi-streaming is because I want to have fun with the person that I'm playing with. And to me, if there was going to be like a unified chat room, I would want it to be where there was just no alerts. Like they could pop up on screen. They could make little noises where like, if you get a resub, you do a quick push to mute. Hey, so-and-so, thank you very much for the resub. And then just move on. But like, to me, that's something that I've kind of like ran in with. Cause I've played with people where it's just nonstop popping off. And then me being like a little bit smaller, you kind of like feel a little shitty because like, oh man, you know, their stream's going really, really well and I'm not getting that much love. And you're not supposed to think that way, but the human brain makes you think that way. And then when you're having a really, really good night, you don't think about that. You're like, oh shit, I'm doing awesome. But the other person you're playing with might not be doing so hot. And So that's like one thing that's like a dynamic that I'm sort of kind of thinking about, and something that I might try and implement in the future. And just like, if I'm going to multi-stream with somebody, I want to spend time with them. Like, I really want to get to know them. I don't want to spend half of the show muted. And it's not to make resubs and hosts and raids not important, because they are. But it's like, at some point you got to, there's only so much you can devote your attention to. And at some point you got to devote attention to something else and take it away from something else. And if you're doing multi-streams every single day, every stream, this isn't going to be a viable option for you. But for someone like me that does it once a week or once every 2 weeks, it's something that it's kind of been on my mind lately.
For me, yeah, I could see that. I feel like it's chat overload though. Like, have you ever been like in a night where you're playing with friends on stream and it's just too much?
Yes.
Right? Chat can't keep up. You can't keep up. You can't be interactive with your friends, nor can you be interactive with chat, because, some people aren't meaning to try and talk over you, but they talk over you, and then so you have to mute yourself. I don't know. I'm interested to see what that's gonna play off as on the whole chat bot idea. I don't know. It'll be interesting, because I feel like it's gonna be an overload for everyone. Like, it's gonna be just way too much.
When you were talking about TwitchCon and you were saying how it's way easier to exist there if you're okay talking to a wall, and now you're just saying how you're not a solo caster, you like playing with other people. Are in real life, are you not outgoing? Are you kind of more reserved?
No, I'm super outgoing.
Okay.
The thing with solo is that I just don't feel like I provide the content that people want. I love just talking to people. Like, that's what I like to do. So like, if
that's all it takes.
Yeah, I just love to talk to people. So then that's why really the multi-stream is going to be great, I think, depending on how it gets worked out.
Right. Well, let me just say that, for one, I know from personal experience, the being able to entertain solo, that will come with time, because that was something I was really, really bad at when I first started. And then let me follow that up with, you do a really, really good job of filling that dead space with talking to your chat. So I don't think you have anything to worry about.
I think I'm balls, but thank you.
I think I'm balls, brother. Any final points on Squad Stream?
Oh, but I want to say I'm disappointed we skipped over the last one, because I was ready. I was willing. I had the haymaker in ready.
Yeah, I know. It's just we're coming up on that 2-hour mark.
I get it.
If we have some time at the end, you're more than welcome to throw some input on it. Next up, we got the highlight editor that got an update as well. This one doesn't really warrant too much of a discussion, but highlight editor will now allow streamers and editors to stitch together moments from across a video into a single highlight. Look for this update in January. So this just makes it so if you have a single stream, you can take a bunch of highlights out of that stream and create a single video and export that as a highlight. So that is super dope. Next up, few featured sections. I meant to put more featured sections on the Twitch homepage. Starting later this year, we're rolling out a range of new featured sections, like ones highlighting up-and-coming streamers, new partners and affiliates, and streamers local to the viewer. This one I want to talk a little bit about, and I will let you guys go first before I kind of say my piece.
The local stuff worries me. Granted, I'm not big, and I don't have any problem with meeting people, but the thing is that, yes, I would love to know KC streamers, but the thing is I personally know KC streamers, but the thing is that, I know that they're not going to do anything to detriment, my family. But like, now that a viewer's going to know where I'm at, or at least close enough, I feel like that's a little much.
Yeah, I would imagine that's only what the streamer wants to put out if they're saying local.
Like regional, instead of going all the way down.
I would say, regional would be great, but like, there's a difference between, Kansas City and, like Oklahoma City, or like, more, or like a smaller town, So that's what really worries me. It's like,
they're not gonna. The Twitch isn't gonna put out a thing where it's gonna tell you where they live. It'll just be you're gonna be able to no. You're going to be able to opt in to what you want to reveal. You know what I mean?
As long as it's defaulted off.
Yeah, I'm sure it will be.
Just like how
I don't trust any of these motherfuckers.
Call of Duty didn't put your full first and last name in side chat.
Yeah, right.
Oh my.
That's what I still don't understand why the fuck PayPal uses
I know.
your
That's,
fucking name with
yep.
shit. That irritates the fuck out of me.
Unless you get a business PayPal.
Right. That's what I was just about to
what I
say.
did.
For anybody that is streaming or anybody that is donating to streamers, upgrade your PayPal to a business PayPal. You can use your online handle as your name so that you're full. Because if you guys have a normal PayPal account and you donate to a streamer, it shows us your first and last name. So please know that.
And it's free,
And
by the way.
any
It's a business.
online thing you fucking buy, they're gonna know your first and last name.
Yep.
Doesn't matter what it is.
So I just want to let you know that I've made record of every single person that's ever donated. So if you ever turn against me, I got ammo, motherfucker.
Fucking know you, bro.
I know where you live. I know who you are.
Yeah, it's definitely weird. I hope it's just like region locked.
Same.
You guys can know that I live somewhere within an hour and a half radius of Washington, D.C. But that's a lot of fucking places.
Yeah.
Let's not go down to county and fucking towns.
It should just be
That's
state.
Stupid.
Yeah.
Nobody should
State's
ever
fine.
want that ever.
Yep.
I live in Texas. Texas is fucking huge.
Yeah.
Maryland sucks. Don't worry about coming here.
What I mean, like, what do you guys think? The one thing that really caught me up is up and coming. You know, like, why are we like that label enough? Like, you know, you guys have been doing this for a longer time than I have. But when I first started out, if I would have been like not labeled as up and coming, I'd have been like, oh, okay,
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, who's out there deciding that? Is there some guy?
It's still gonna be the featured streamer.
Yeah, that's what
just
I
like
mean.
they've
It's-
always
it's-
done. It's just a different name. That's all.
I find this peculiar.
Julie.
I'm trying to open up my vocabulary, okay? Right now, Twitch is, or at least let's say a year ago, Twitch was by game category, highest people at the top, highest viewers at the top. And that was the search. We're getting into this now where there's all these other categories. We have tags, we have language, and now we're gonna have up and coming by state or by city or whatever. And I'm seeing both sides where it's like, hey, we want more ways to be able to categorize streamers so we can find people. And then they start releasing stuff like this, and it's like, oh, well, what does up and coming mean? And then we have people like, you know, the parameters for applying for partner are way too broad and we need a little specificity. And then they say, okay, well, how about 75 average viewers, blah, 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 blah. And then you have the other side where it's like, I think Twitch letting us know exactly what we need to be is kind of disingenuous. And there's people who are hitting those numbers that aren't actually getting partner. So it's this weird, like, back and forth of we want more options and then you're giving us too much information.
Yeah.
It's this weird battle, and I applaud Twitch for trying to find the line.
They've always fucking thrown everything at the wall to see if it's gonna stick.
Yep.
We've had this conversation before. That's what they're going to do. Throw a bunch of shit at the wall, what sticks, what doesn't, and then move forward.
Honestly, the new tags suck.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Yeah.
I hate it. Because, like, the fact is, like, Knackers, you have something on yours, the Tatman Army, right? That whole thing. I love that. That's my, like, that's what I grew up with.
Isn't that a team?
Yeah,
Mhm.
I can now no longer become a part of the Tatman Army because I was not selected. And it's like, that's shitty. That's super shitty. I hate it. And it's like one of those things where it's like, okay, now I have to go out and, like, you know, peddle my wares in front of the lords so they choose me and I can become a worthy successor.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was my little soapbox moment.
No, I mean, I totally understand that because it used to be like, oh, this streamer just created a group and I can become a part of it. Just like if they create a Discord, I can just get access to the Discord and I can be a part of the community. And now it's, we got to select you.
Mm-hmm.
So I 100% understand that. I have been using the front page lately of Twitch And for the longest time, like I use speed dial in Google Chrome, which is basically when you open up Google Chrome, it's just a bunch of tiles of like your favorite websites. And I click on Twitch, Facebook, Twitter, you know, all that stuff. And my tile for Twitch always went directly to my following page so that I just skip the front page and I go right to the following page. But lately, I've been going to the homepage and doing some scrolling. Like you've got that main carousel of Twitch pages. That's like kind of all the main things that are going on. And MiddleAgeStream actually just found somebody that was doing a retro game marathon. I don't know if you've seen him. I can't remember his name. But it's somebody who's just doing a marathon of retro games. And I was watching that for a little bit. And I've actually found a couple cool people that weren't massive. I'm talking anywhere from 50 to a couple hundred viewers. And so I'm actually kind of pumped to see these changes of them adding new featurette streamers, because I feel like it might be a good opportunity to meet some new people. You've got that streamers you might like section now. And again, in that area, I'm seeing streamers in between 20 and 100 viewers, like, you know, people in my size. And I'm like, yeah, I would love to go find some other people my size.
Oh, it's great, man. I mean, like I said, I may actually start visiting the front page more if they start adding these things. So I think that's great.
Word. Next up, VIP badges. Streamers will now be able to recognize valuable members of their community without requiring them to subscribe or moderate with VIP badges. VIP members are recognized with a badge and can also chat in slow, sub-only, and follower-only modes. Creators earn 10 badges when they complete the Build a Community achievement by reaching 50 followers and 5 unique chatters in a stream, and can earn up to 100 badges as their community grows. Look for this in a few weeks.
Interesting.
All right. I mean, you don't have to be a partner or a affiliate to have badges in your chat.
Yep.
Yeah. And I don't think it's really going to affect much from us on this standpoint. I mean, like, the only thing I really think, like, where it would maybe change something is if a partnered streamer has a couple of, you know, non-subscribers that they really want to have in chat on sub-only nights, and that's the only real thing I could see. Like, it doesn't really seem like why would I want to put out in my chat that I feel like these guys are better than other guys, you know? Like, that, I don't know. That's especially with all of it, just if you're building a community.
I mean, I kind of understand it in some respects. We all know people that maybe they just don't have the cash, or maybe they don't, you know, that's not the option for them, but they're always there for you.
That's true.
And they're, you know, there's going to be 1 or 2 guys in chat that are going to be well deserving of something like a VIP badge. I don't know how much choice you're going to have in giving them out.
Right.
So that'll be what I want to know. So it'd be cool if they did like custom VIP badges.
Yeah. What do you think, Jimbo?
I think it's cool to, especially, and like Payne just said it in chat, I think it'd be really cool because you have some viewers that have been watching you probably since you started streaming. And I know I have a couple. I have one of my mods that's there pretty much every single stream, and he's there like at the start. Like, literally, I click start streaming and he's putting something in chat within 30 seconds, you know? And then I have another guy who's there and he really just lurks the whole time, and he might say one thing in chat, but he's always there. You know what I mean? It's like you have a few of those, and those people are very important to the community. And I think it'll be different for everyone, but I think it's cool. I think it's cool that Twitch is throwing out something else that, and like you guys said, it could be something too, because, you know, there's some people in there, money gets tight, you know, and they can't, that I do think, and we're going to talk about the whole sub badges thing in a second. But I think it's cool that you can give them something that they can show in chat if, you know, they are a very valued member. And I get what you're saying, Gent. How do you make that decision if you're trying to grow a community? Who gets the badge? Who doesn't? I get it. But I think once you've been streaming for a while, you'll also have those people that you know that have been there a long time that, yeah, they're kind of important to your community. So I think if you're a newer streamer, the value in this is maybe you don't see it as much. But if you've been on Twitch, the platform, for a few years, I think I think most people are going to really like this feature. I think it's good.
I am 50-50. I think this is really cool because I already, just from seeing names in chat, there are people who I know either can't sub or just don't like the sub because it's just not what they like to do. But people that have been around for years, like years. And I think it's awesome that we're able to reward somebody with that. It also scares me because, and this might not really make sense to people who haven't streamed before, but being a streamer is not just about playing video games. It's also about managing people and managing expectations and managing MiddleAgeStream's trolls in chat while we're podcasting. It's just like you have to, because like people look at you and some live and die by your word. Like they really take what you say to heart. And if you change what you say, people's feelings get hurt. It's like when you allow sound effects for a really long time and then you take away sound effects and people feel like you've taken something from them. And when really it's just there's certain things that aren't scalable as you grow as a streamer. So my fear is that this is something like whenever I think about things like these, I'm the cynical person. Whenever I see features like this, I think of the negative. Like when I think about, yes, being somebody who plays games with their chat is good. However, the first thing I think about is I have to add them on a friends list. They now have direct one-on-one communication with me at all times. They now can ping me notifications while I'm streaming. They can invite me to games, invite me to parties while I'm streaming. It's just like it brings in all of this extra stuff that streamers really don't like to deal with. And I see
I'm gonna have to be a dick and fucking unfriend these people when this is done.
Right. And many people from my community know I don't play games that involves adding people as friends. I play the games that we can all just jump in a server and play because it keeps your expectations low, because I don't want to be the dude that ignores all of your PMs when you're like inviting me to play games and all that stuff. Because the fact of the matter is, it's hard enough to find time to play games with my own girlfriend than it is to just be able to play games.
Somebody you live in the fucking house with.
Right. Somebody that eats the dick. Like, and that is a high level of royalty, okay?
Wow, that went from zero to dick fast.
The slong slobberer. But it's just like, it's really difficult to find time, and you don't want to be the person that's just always turning people down, you know? So for me, it's easier to just set that expectation right there. When I see something like this, it's like, okay, well, what's going to warrant a VIP in your channel compared to what warrants a VIP in somebody else's channel? You know, are there people who are going to do things just for the sake of trying to get a VIP badge instead of just hanging out and just being dope? Because that's all it takes.
It's just going to be, everyone's going to handle it differently. But
right.
I think at the end of the day, I think there's more good than bad with the VIP badges.
Well, is it going to be like the too many mods in the chat? You know, like when you first start out, you don't mod everyone because you don't want to have your entire chat full of mods. Mm-hmm. You know, like is it gonna have that effect on it? Like, I don't know.
I mean, there's always going to be that effect to some degree, no matter what. All of us have been involved in at least enough online communities, and whether it being our own or others, where if you have a different color or a different badge or a different permissions in TeamSpeak or something like that, somebody's always going to treat that person differently than they did before. I mean, the community me and Knackers were involved in years ago, people would literally just fucking join channels just because we were both staff. So if somebody's wearing a VIP badge, there's going to be people that are just trying to get badged up. For sure.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's all in how you control it.
Yep.
So same thing. Same thing as the mod too many mods in chat thing.
And
You just have to be selective.
right. And at the same time, like a lot of people who are big donators or gifters, they don't want the recognition. Like they don't want the badge in chat. They don't want the little chat message that said so and so has gifted this many amount of subs or this amount of bits. And so you kind of have that to combat with it well. But I do agree with you, Jimmy, that it is going to be more pros than cons. And that's just me being cynical, like in my brain. It's like, what are we going to deal with now? But
I get it.
It's a mindset shift. A mindset shift for me. It's shit on minds, brother. Shit on minds and eat the dick.
Shit on the mimes.
All right. Moving along. New moderator tools in chat. This is fucking awesome, by the way. By clicking on someone's username, mods will be able to see how long that person has been on Twitch and details on their activity in the channel, like chats, number of timeouts, bans, period. The update also includes a new comment tool that lets mods work together by leaving notes for each other. These new tools arrive in January.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Can't fucking wait.
Good shit.
Very cool.
Second to last, but very much not least, subscription badges. I have a question about this one. Subscription badges now show total number of months. We heard your feedback loud and clear that subscription badges need to reward consistent supporters, even if they miss a sub 1 month. Sub badges will now change to show the total number of months a viewer has been subscribed. If a viewer is on an amazing streak, they can still choose to share it when they resubscribe. This update is also coming in January.
That's awesome. Yeah, I would get so frustrated like when a tough month would roll around and I couldn't subscribe to a streamer, or maybe they were taking a month off or something, and that like losing the badge would just really hurt, because you want to be there and you want to be a part of chat and you want to be like like you're a high up. So not a high up, but you consistently support. So I think this is gonna be great. It's gonna be awesome.
Yep. Especially for those of us that subscribe for long periods of time,
Mhm.
where it ain't that easy to fucking come back and get a 15 months in a chat or
Right.
2 years in chat or something like that.
My question here is, the wording is very specific to badges and doesn't really say anything about the alert itself. Does the badge is it congruent? Is that the right term? Congruent months? Concurrent, not congruent. Okay, so concurrent. If you resub for 3 months, take a break for a month, resub for another 3, you've got the 6-month badge in chat. But when the alert pops up for the streamer, is it going to say...
It's probably going to say 3 months.
That's what I'm thinking. So this is good. This is very good. But
I'm kind of cool with that, because it's the best of both worlds, because they said they can still choose to share it.
Yeah.
When they subscribe, so they could still just subscribe, and then somebody looks in chat and they're like, "Oh, he's been there for 6 months."
Yep.
Yeah. So if you're just killing it, you can always just flex out, casual flex out there. But
and then the only people that are really going to see it are going to be your mods and shit.
One of my most recent, I have 2 recent phrases that make me laugh, and they're very cringeworthy, but that's a big yikes from me, dog, is one of my favorite things to say. And weird flex, but okay.
I do love that one. That's one of my favorite ones. The casual flex has been coming into mine, so I've just been saying it a bunch. Casual flex.
Casual flex. Yeah, it's like flexing with a long sleeve shirt on.
Yeah,
it's like,
or like where
like
you just
the
kind of throw it up
half
there, like.
just a little one. The person's flexing because they got the pose, but you can't actually see the muscle. Good shit. Last but not least, Bounty Board coming to affiliates. For those unaware, Bounty Board is a panel within the dashboard where you can actually go out and get sponsorships for things. So I don't know exactly how it works because I haven't used it myself, but what you can do is you can go to this like Bounty Board panel and go, oh, look, if I play World of Warships on stream for 3 hours, I get this sponsorship. And I don't know if it's payment in bits or dollars or whatever, but it's basically you can go out and do sponsored content and get paid for it. And it's pretty much something that companies come forward to Twitch and say, hey, we'll pay this much if you guys get people to stream these games. And so, like, for me, if I saw a bounty that said play Rocket League for 3 hours, it's a game I already love. It's a game I know that my community tolerates, and you can get some money for it. It's a win-win-win. So absolutely. So this coming to affiliates is really fucking cool.
I think they're gonna regret their decision.
Yeah.
Think so?
I think this is bad for advertisers. It looks good on paper. Everything about it looks good for people that, like, for all of us that know what to do and what not to do online. But there are going to be a lot of people fucking it up for the most of us.
More viewers to filter over onto this side of Twitch.
I mean, that's just going to be like straight up bounty whores.
No.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you just take the money and run, it's perfect. I mean, like, if you don't care about, but the thing is there's very specific specifications that have to be met.
Yep.
So like on most of them, you have to have like above a 15 viewer average. So like it's definitely, and it's like performance based too. So like, you know, it can roll from 18 to lower, you know, whatever.
Yeah, I'm sure you want to get paid more if you have a fucking bigger audience.
But I don't know. Yeah, I agree. I think it's just going to be people coming in, you know, silent, getting their money and walking away.
Yeah, I think you're paid per minute per viewer. So it's like, I think you're paid on watch time per viewer or something like that.
I don't know. It'll be interesting. I mean, if you're a single game kind of guy, you're this has no affiliation.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. I just don't know how many people are going to want to watch you play an ad after they watched an ad to watch your stream.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
There's definitely going to be tons of people that are just hashtags fucking sell out all day long.
All right. Oh, go ahead.
No, it was just this. I'm gonna say, I mean, like with most of these things, when people reach out, they make like an actual, like, you know, handshake commitment, you know, and like I feel like with these, it's just like go masses, you know.
Yep.
I don't think it's gonna be that beneficial. I would much rather get the formal invite than the.
Yeah, I mean, they're fucking taking streamers and making them hookers.
Yeah.
Hey, that's
Let
my
us fuck
life
you for
motto.
money.
Get hooked.
Get hooked, dude.
All right, moving along to the final portion of the show, the question and answer. We have 2 questions that were pulled from Twitter today, so we will get to those first. Winterborn1980 asks, what do your families think of your streaming, and would you stream with them?
When I first started streaming, my wife and I used to stream together on the couch. She wasn't there for everyone, but she would stream with me. Like, we played... What's that? What's it? Teen drama. How am I forgetting? Life is Strange. We played through. That was one of the first games I ever streamed. It was when it came out. We played Life is Strange on the couch. A couple episodes of that, and then she's just not comfortable in front of a camera. You know, but she's real cool. Like, she totally is supportive of me. She knows that I love the hobby, and she wants me to be happy, and I found a really good balance. And she likes to do stuff on her own too. So I stream. She's watching shitty, smutty television that I wouldn't watch anyway, you know, or, you know, relaxing and reading a book or whatever. So, and then my son, I've streamed with him a few times, and he's young. I mean, he's only 7, but he likes it, and, you know, he's even talked about maybe doing it someday. But no, it's cool, man. I mean, I think if you have a family, if they're not accepting of it, it's got to be difficult. I don't think you would have any long-term success if your family wasn't behind you. Oh.
Agreed. I'm in the same boat in the sense that my girlfriend my fucking wife.
Hope she's listening.
Well, I was reading in chat and somebody put.
I know.
I was fucking dazed, and but my wife has no interest at all on Twitch whatsoever. So it is definitely not a shared hobby. And I was in a place years ago where it wasn't streaming that was an issue. It was the community I was involved in and the amount of hours I was putting in, like, and the fact that I work nonstop as it is. So, like, when I say I was working 48 hours a week at work and probably at least that much at home, that is not even close to an exaggeration. So, like, I have since backed off, but I have streamed with my brother in the past, and I would stream with him again. In fact, I think I'm going to try to convince him to do the fucking hot sauce challenge when I have a make your own hot sauce kit, and I'm going to try to perfect this fucking ridiculous, whatever the hottest shit in the recipe book is. That's what I'm going to make. And I'm going to try to convince him to do that with me. And stream it. No bullshit, no lies, no editing, just fucking a 5-minute stream of us just sweating to death on the porch out here.
Oh God!
Listen, this is my little half segue. I did a Carolina Reaper sushi challenge. I've never had an experience where I've thrown up and crapped myself at the same time, and never ever would I ever put that on anyone. Don't do it, Salty. I'm throwing it out there.
Luckily for me, it's not a Carolina Reaper.
Okay.
It's still ghost peppers, which I've eaten in the past.
I called into work. I couldn't move. It was awful. I threw out the trash can after I was done. It was awful.
Oh my God.
You could smell the burning. Don't do it.
God.
Yeah. But I'm kind of a hot sauce freak. I can drink fucking Buffalo Wild Wings hottest sauce they make. Vans brought it home. Him and a buddy of his brought it home, and we were like sitting and eating shrimp, and they had both, before I came, they had both dipped a shrimp like halfway in it and ate it, and were complaining about it. I ate 9 shrimp in a row, just like dousing it.
Oh my
God. Buffalo Wild Wings hottest sauce. I fucking love hot sauce.
I mean, I love hot stuff, but not that and again.
Yeah.
Like if I was gonna do something like that, I would have to work up to it. You can't just fucking Carolina Reaper your own asshole.
You can. If you have to find a
for those of you
replacement.
listening, that's actually just good sound life advice.
Yep.
Yes.
Don't Carolina Reaper your asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about family and streaming for you, Gent?
My wife had I literally made her an account 2 nights ago, so she had no clue about streaming. Knew that I was the guy yelling in the room across, So she supports it though, and slowly starting to get into like helping me think of things to change about it, or to where she's the complete outside kind of view. So that's definitely something that I'm enjoying. So if I can find someone that thinks this is entertaining, granted she has to say that, but it's definitely a big thing. My mother has no idea, like doesn't get it. My brother loves it though. He comes in every now and again, and I've talked about streaming with him too. But he's all the young kid into the Fortnite and COD, and then he just nonstop just talking mess the whole time to me. So it's just one of those streams where it's not gonna be a good like stream with me and chat. It's just gonna be me talking crap to my brother.
Yeah.
So But yeah, I mean it's been a heck of an experience for the family, that's for sure. I had to find an equal balance of life and streaming and set, like I sat down with my wife. I was like, okay, what are you comfortable with? What can I say? What is a good schedule? And literally, and then once we set it down, she's supported ever since.
Dope. My parents didn't know that I streamed for the first 4.5 years. It was actually kept as a secret for personal reasons beyond the average person's comprehension. So they didn't know for the longest time. I just told them like 5 months ago, and it's okay. I told them I'll never reveal my username and that they're not allowed to watch. I have very religious parents, and I said, look, Mom, I'm not like doing drugs, okay? I'm not involved in human trafficking. We're not watching porn. It's not like this porn watching community where we're just watching a bunch of DPs left and right. But you would be very disappointed with my choice of humor and language. So just don't go looking for me, okay? Because you have your view and your image of me, like your son, the person you love. It's gonna get tarnished if you go looking for me online, okay? And like I said, it's nothing illegal, but I'm just a little dark. There's just a little Satan inside me, okay? And sometimes he comes out.
That's what's so funny about my parents, because like Knackers has met my mom.
I slept in their house.
She has watched like streams where we've all been together and donated on charity runs and shit like that. And my fucking dad and stepmom have no fucking idea what I do on the internet. They understand that I wear fucking shirts like this and shit all the time. If I wore this to their house right now, they wouldn't know what the fuck it is.
Right.
So it's definitely a weird balance between what Knackers is talking about and like my mom, who will literally she would probably get on a stream and would probably be funny as shit to see stream.
Agreed. Cooking stream, crab cake, cooking stream.
Yeah, just crab cakes.
And then as far as my girlfriend obviously streams as well, twitch.tv/MattWeedy. And obviously totally cool with everything. We both have our own schedules and it's all gravy. Next question comes from Sonder. With the recent introduction of non-bypassable ads on Twitch, how has it changed your viewing habits, if at all?
The only ads, and it just happened for me because my Twitch, literally a couple days ago, my Amazon Prime renewed. So I was finally exposed to the ads, right? And but the only thing I've seen so far, it's only been on channels that I am not subbed to, and the ads I've seen have only been like 15 seconds. So I could see the only thing that would be annoying is if I was going with someone to a raid and then you would have an ad played, perhaps. But I mean, it is what it is, man. I mean, I'm not. It hasn't changed my viewing habits because 90% of the content that I view are people that I'm already subbed to. So not really changing me to change anything too personally. That's all I got.
I still wish there was a fucking option to just disable ads across Twitch without all the Prime benefits.
Twitch
you can
Turbo.
Have all your games. You can have all your fucking stupid loot boxes and shit for games I don't fucking play. I just don't want to fucking watch ads.
Yeah.
At all. Ever. I don't know.
I think the biggest thing for me, and it's literally stopped me, is that like if I see someone on the front page and I think they, it's something I want to see, like I was going to go watch, I was a big Street Fighter fan. I was going to go watch the tournament that was on today. Walk in, 15-second ad. That stopped me. I stopped right at the door. I don't want to do it. And like the thing that really annoys me is like when I go back to my channel to host someone or raid someone from my chat, and I have to watch a 15-second ad on my own channel. That absolutely makes me just want to rip Twitch out of the wall and quit, because it's so annoying. And then especially if I when I go to a raid and I raid someone from my channel to their channel, I have to watch another ad. And it's just, I think it's just an annoying ad. It does the same thing
in the raid function, you as a broadcaster?
Well, no, if you stay in your own channel, right? So if you raid from your own channel and you stay in your own channel chat, it doesn't. You can see the content. But the second you click that go to their channel, you get another ad.
Oh.
And I'm just like,
fuck you, Amazon.
Yeah. I mean, that's annoying to me. I don't mind it, but the thing is, what I would like is if we have to watch an ad, give me a bit. Give me one bit every time. You don't have to kill it. It doesn't have to be something crazy, but give me one bit.
Yeah, I would totally be fine if there were some benefit to it other than Amazon getting money.
Yeah, and it has nothing to do with us. Even the partner streamers don't get anything from it, from that initial commercial. It's super frustrating, dude. I hate it. I hate it.
All they're going to do is drive people off the platform. That's one of the main reasons why they've gained so many over the last year, is because of Twitch Prime.
Well,
especially these last 6 months.
I don't know if you guys have noticed it. I don't know if you've noticed it when you raid. Sometimes not with sometimes when you get a raid and then a raid, and they compile, and so you have quite a people in chat. When you raid with someone else, I see a considerable fall when I get there. You know what I mean? I see, because people don't want to set through the ad.
Yep. And that's they say that's a bug, that they're not supposed to see ads, but We'll see how long it takes for that bug to get
A
fixed.
bug.
I wonder
yeah.
if Amazon's still getting paid for.
Well, I noticed that
Oh.
last night. Like, I went and raided someone after I ended stream last night, and usually lose some people, but like I lost like half.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was like, God dang.
And then, like the whole like first view kind of thing, it just puts a bad taste in my mouth, man.
Yeah.
Like if I'm going in onto to a small streamer to try and raid them and maybe like come and see like what they're about, if I have to watch a minute worth of ads, say I roll through like 4 people, that's just I don't want to do that.
Right.
Yep.
I don't know why, but I haven't experienced any of this yet.
When is your Amazon Prime renew?
Yeah. Do you do yearly?
Yeah, it's May.
Then that's when.
Yeah, because it changes when it renews.
That seems so unfair.
It is.
Wow. Okay. Well,
Yep.
anyways, mixer.com/knackers with 3 A's. See you guys next week. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay.
Yeah. We'll see. I don't like pre-roll ads in front of anything. I don't think anything should have pre-roll ads. At least let me watch a little bit of content. If I'm there for a while, roll an ad.
Yep.
I don't have a fucking problem with that.
Or give me 20 minutes that gives you a button that says click to watch the ad you were supposed to get at the pre-roll.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Well, nobody's gonna do that.
Right.
But even if you waited like 5 minutes, like get the person able to say his piece.
Right.
Let you say hello in chat and be able to see the response. Not just hit me in the fucking face.
All right, let's rapid fire these last 3 questions since I've taken us over time. First one from G for Greg. Do you like winter?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm fat. Love it.
Texas winter's not too bad, so yeah.
Michigan winters suck dick. It's 3 days of snowfall and 6 months of no sun, sub 20 degrees Fahrenheit temperatures, and just crippling depression. For people that aren't even diagnosed with depression, it gets to you eventually.
I'm sure.
Next question from Snowguard. I'm thinking of calling my Kraken Rum and Ginger Ale a Captain Crack Sparrow. Sound good?
Approved.
Very
Vote.
I give
approved.
it a thumbs up.
Yeah. And last question from Professor ATV. Have any of you guys attended college or further your education before becoming a Twitch streamer? If so, what did you major in, and would you ever go back to said major? If it's too personal, you don't have to answer. Thank you.
I have a major in computer programming, and I don't do anything to do with computer programming and work in power plant.
Yeah, I actually use my degree. I have a bachelor's degree in history. I have a minor in coaching athletics. I teach history and I coach sports. So I use my degree every day. Every day. But honestly, the degree itself was, I mean, the only reason I had to do it was just because it's a requirement for me to have a teaching license. I already knew plenty of history before going into teaching it, but whatever.
I'm a computer scientist. I like Salty, but I am a programmer, so I definitely do it. So yeah, I would say I definitely would use it. And I want to go back and get my minor in mathematics. So eventually. I
actually I did 3 years of graphic design and a semester of I don't even know how to describe it. It was going to be towards a network administrator, but my first 2 classes were like math, English, and 1 IT class, like 1 A+. Yeah, stupid. So I obviously use a little bit of my graphic design knowledge, but again, like my 3 years of graphic design, the first 2 years was prereqs and like intro to Photoshop, intro to Illustrator, much of the skills that I lost after not going back. So I won't ever go back to college. I've established myself in the IT career space to where I can hold a decent salary. So especially in the IT field, it's not really about the degree. It's about the experience and the certification. So there's no reason for me to go back.
Keep your certifications current and everything is good.
Yep.
That's basically what I did because that's why I did programming as opposed to science. I didn't do computer science. I did computer programming. So it's literally takes all the math out of it. Even though I was in AP math classes all through high school and shit. I just fucking hate math. It's boring. So I didn't want the science part of computer science. So I did programming, and it was just IT classes. I had to take 2 math classes, didn't matter which. So I took the first credited math class you can take, which I think was like college level algebra, which I had done in 8th grade. And then I took college level algebra with trigonometry. It was like, if you could have a 101A, this is that class. It was like the first half
Gotcha.
was the second half of the last class I did, and then it was trig. So it was shit I did in 10th grade. So I was like, fuck it, get out of here, take all my computer classes. And I only finished my degree because I was far enough to where it would be a waste of money if I didn't.
Hey, me too.
So I got the job at the power plant a year before I graduated college. Don't want to go back. I like computers as a hobby.
No. Alrighty, well, that is it for the question and answer part of the show. And unfortunately, that is also the end of the podcast as a whole. So what we're going to do is we're going to go around this room one more time, reintroduce you to everybody. They're going to tell you where you can find them online. If they have any streams coming up, they'll tell you what they're going to be streaming. And so GiganticGent, we will start with you, sir.
All right, I'm GiganticGent on Twitch and Twitter, and I am Twitch GiganticGent on Instagram. And my next upcoming stream is Monday, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, and I will be streaming Call of Duty.
My name is SaltySam. You can find me on Twitch at SaltySam, Twitter at TheSaltySam, and Instagram Salty All Day. I would love to stream more. I'm not. I'm not going to. Let's be real, people. I love all of you. I love being on the show, but I'm just random. Keep an eye on my Twitter. Maybe you'll see it. Maybe you won't.
My name is Jimmy, aka MiddleAgeStream on Twitch and Instagram. MiddleAgeStream, no D, on Twitter. And I will be streaming again this Wednesday. I will be going back to some Red Dead 2. And I may or may not have made a purchase on Amazon while we were podcasting tonight. So
Saw
if I
that.
can get it hooked up in time, I may be able to actually play the game in 4K, which would be
Might have to
awesome.
check that out for
That looks
just a
sweet,
hot
by the way.
second.
excited.
Dope. And my name is The Knackers. You guys can find me on this very channel or on Twitter and Instagram at Knackers with 3 A's. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode of the Crocs and Hot Pockets podcast. We will see you again next week for a 1v1 episode of Crocs and Hot Pockets number 77. And other than that, you guys will see us back in 2 weeks for the next episode of Free Fucking Thanksgiving. Next 2 Sundays from now is the 18th.
Yeah, it's the week
It's a
right
week
before
Okay, we're fine.
Thanksgiving.
Okay, sorry. The whole life of not celebrating holidays kind of fucks me up. All right, so yeah, 2 weeks we'll be back. But thank you guys again so very much. We appreciate all the love and support. We hope you have a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.